sunny day, everybody. It's me, your intergalactic sun prince of the sun, Enyou Solaris to Moshimasu. I don't know why I felt the need to do that. You can also call me Solaris or Sol for short. I'm not fixing my screen layout while I'm in the middle of my intro. What the fudge is that? Today we're gonna do... Today we are going to do... I'm still a little congested, but don't worry about it. Today we are going to do Game of the Year, the Real Game Awards 2025. Let me know if this music is too loud. Because I know I normally don't do music during discussions anymore, but I'm like, this is a special like show event, and I have some visuals. I have like, don't look at that yet. Don't look at that yet. I have 29 slides, and 1,800 words of notes, which is on the lower end, all things considered, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, what's up? We're doing, what's up? Hardly audible, if anything. Okay, that's exactly how loud I want it to be. Because I just wanted to not have like just dead silence in the back. I don't know. I flip-flop back all the time if I want music in the background of these discussion videos, because usually if I'm listening to like a podcast, I prefer it to not, but I know if somebody's like listening to it as a stream, then maybe they might want it. I don't know, but whatever. Anyway, we're doing the Game of the Year 2025, and that's what we're doing. I've not done one of these in like 6 months since like the anime impressions. I think I said that before. I'm already repeating myself. I'm going crazy. Okay, today we here are our categories. This is the Real Game Awards. Okay, Exposition 33 will not be showing up in any part, way, shape, or form during this presentation. I apologize. I'm sure it's a good game. It also has a Bleach reference, so it has to be a good game, and I'm sure it deserved all those awards because it did have a Bleach reference in it. So you know what? Honestly, we'll take it. But anyway, it is time to introduce our categories. Bum bum, bum bum bum. I don't know what sound effect I'm trying to do. Again, it's been a while since I've done this, since I just rambled on stream, and I'm also still half sick, but whatever. I was supposed to do this before the end of 2025, but now it's the 10th of 2026, but whatever, I got sick, so whatever. Shoo me! Let's introduce our categories! Our categories today, our categories are Best Soundtrack, Best Competitive Game. So, Best Soundtrack meaning it has the best OST just by itself. Best Competitive Game is game that has the best competitive side of it. I mean, any game can be competitive, but like, you know, games that are made that have a competitive scene in them. Best Hololive Game, because I played a lot of different Hololive games, so I'm like, you know what, I'll throw that in too. Totally not biased categories. This is just the objectively correct game awards, and I have no bias towards Nintendo or anime at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Best Racing Game, so you know, I'm sure you know what 3 games are going to be in here, so it's the hot contentious category, and I did actually play all the racing games, so it'll be great. And then we'll have I dropped my fidget toy. We'll have a spoiler section for best finale of a game that had the best like finale section, the last like ending section of it. I'll put a spoiler warning on screen. It'll be on the slide. So just mute the game, just mute the stream when that happens if you don't want to be spoiled. And then finally, top 5 game of the year. If you know, then if you've heard me talk or if you've seen the thumbnail, then I'm sure you know what 2 games might be our contender for #1 game of the year. And I have finally made a decision. But if you want to know, you have to stick around. Anyway, our first category is best soundtrack. So yeah, just like what songs are in the game, the songs that play in the background of the game, not related to the quality of the game, but just like what is the music of the game. And our contenders are Expedition 33, no, Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and Mario Kart World. Am I missing anything in here? Let me know. Chat, if I'm missing anything, if you think your biased personal opinion is better than my correct objective opinion, then let me know. But yeah, these are the 2 games that I think have really good soundtracks. Mario Kart World, I think, is very carried by remixes. Like the original tracks that Mario Kart World has. Can you see my cursor? Okay, because I'm also going to be using this as a fidget toy. Mario Kart World has some good original tracks, like the Rainbow Road, like epic orchestra. That's really good. Whistle Stop Summit is really good. But there's a couple other ones like DK Spaceport. But it's mostly carried by remixes. And I would hold it back a little bit because all the cool remixes are only accessible in... I was gonna say, did my song die? In the open world. That's a good thing that I did not consider when I was picking best soundtrack. I don't think it changes anyway. Because do I pick it based on just what is the best soundtrack if you search on YouTube and type in video game soundtrack and listen to it? Or are we talking about how it's used in the game? Nope, still hasn't changed my opinion. Because Mario Kart World has good, is mostly carried on remixes. And listen, all the remixes are good and crazy. But, unless you're gonna be like super, it does do all the Mario series. They have like Mario World, Mario Maker remixes in there. And we finally got a remix of Dire Dire Docks. You're being as pretentious as the Game Awards do. Don't worry about it. Listen, this is some high activity thinking. Ah! I dropped my fidget toy again. Crossworlds, you know what? Crossworlds is kind of up there. But again, I think mostly I'm just listening to the remixes of Crossworlds. I think Crossworlds kind of dropped the ball a little too hard to consider it like best soundtrack. Because they didn't have any Sonic Rush songs in it. you give me modded Crossworlds. Also, all the Crossworlds a lot of my favorite Crossworlds songs were added like in an update. Does the Miku count as an update? I also never, I'm not sure if I'm counting the base game or the game now as of this January 10th, 2026. But for Rebirth of Souls, they only added like 4 new soundtracks and an update. Mario Kart World has no updates. So it doesn't particularly matter for this track. But yeah, so Mario Kart World doesn't have a whole lot of original songs, but all the remixes are crazy and good. Dire Dire Docks remix, the Baby Park dubstep remix I really like. That one, that's really good. And then Bleach has all original soundtracks. Listen, if we're talking about Bleach music, like the original Bleach anime, both the opening and ending themes and the like actual like sound background music in the episode, and very famous for being very good. Like even the people that don't like Bleach are like, you know what, the soundtrack is pretty good. I say the remixes and Crossworlds are good as the one World did and some of the original ones, but that's me. Mario Kart World just has so many though. Like, the Mario Kart did cover, like, every single obscure, like, spin-off, you know? Like, it has Mario Maker songs in there. I would try not to sound flimmy. They had 70 years to make, so yeah, fair enough. They're just the composers were just sitting in the background for like 17 years while the game was being made, and just kept making music. And then they're like, we don't know where to put all this music, so just throw it in the open world and intermissions. Don't worry about it. Bleach has all original tracks. It's also a plus because it's a very unified theme and style. It's like, it sounds very Bleach, if that's says anything. Like, it's very cool, it's very edgy, it's very poppy. It has a lot of different, it does have a lot of different styles, but it's very like unified in that way. Thanks to the composer who also did The World Ends With You, Takeharu Ishimoto. And also has a bunch of great vocal themes, like get stuck in my head all the time. Like the fudging a lot of the vocal. Kyan's theme is really good. Pretty much every single theme is good. This is one of the few games where I play a character, where I feel like playing a character because I want to hear their song. Soifan's theme of The Bees on Me. Yes, I was just saying that. The Yoruichi theme is absolutely good. And also, for counting DLC Ichigo's theme is also really good. That's been stuck in my head recently. And also, I would say that Bleach uses its music better than Mario Kart World. Again, not something I'd considered until like literally just now. But like Mario Kart World, all of its cool remixes are when you're either casually exploring the open world or when you're driving in a straight line. Like, it's the Baby Park, it's really cool, but you only hear it when you're like just taking a leisurely stroll. But some of the songs are really good for that, like the Dire Dire Docks remix from Mario Kart World, when that comes up and when you're just exploring the open world, that's pretty good. But I really like the Bleach Rebirth of Souls, where when you do your awakening, it starts playing like your main theme, which can almost get repetitive, but I would say no, just because it's really good. They're good songs, and I've never gotten sick of them. So if we're just gonna go through raw amount of songs that get stuck in my head all the time, and I suppose the best use of music in the game is Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Listen, I like Mario Kart. Mario Kart's good. Mario Kart World music is probably the best thing about that game. But, yeah, it's a lot of remixes as opposed to like original songs. And unless you're gonna go like absolutely crazy like Smash Brothers does and just go cover from everywhere. I mean, I guess Mario Kart does cover from everywhere, but I like Bleach songs more. Sue me, I'm correct and you're wrong. Unless you also agree with me, and then in which case you're also correct. Listen, this is why I have a hard time making lists like these, because I'm like, they're all good. I just mostly want to talk about how good, highlight like good soundtracks and whatnot that would otherwise not be there. Okay, our next category is best competitive game, as in a game that you'd play at like high level and like enter tournaments and do online rankings and whatnot. And my three are Kirby Air Riders, Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and Mario Kart World. Sonic Racing would be on here, but I unfortunately just have not had a whole lot of time to play Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, so I feel like I'm not at like a high enough level at Sonic Racing Cross Worlds in order to properly evaluate like how good of a competitive game it is. Currently, right now, a lot of people are arguing like, oh, is level 4 boost too effective or is bagging too effective? And I can't personally make that make a claim of what is that, because I'm just not playing that at a high level. But these I've played for, like, Mario Kart World I played for 90 hours, and Bleach Rebirth of Souls and Kirby Air Riders I played for 100 hours each. So, you know, I think I'm pretty into that. So, I guess we're gonna go in release order. So I don't, because for the first one I did Mario Kart and then Bleach, and I was like, oh, and then it was obvious that Bleach was gonna be the best one. But here I'll just go in release order, even though that's what I didn't order my notes in, but I can read my notes out of order. What are you gonna do? Sue me? Absolutely not. Nothing. Rebirth of Souls. Rebirth of Souls, again, this is another one where I'm like, okay, are we judging the base game as it came out, or the state of the game at the end of 2025? Because that's a very important asterisk that we want to put on Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Because Rebirth of Souls started out kind of rough, I'm not gonna lie. It had a lot of infinites, it had no ranked mode, had poor balancing, like there were just like some clear top tiers and clear bottom tiers. And also the infinites were a problem, like half the characters had like an infinite. Like it was crazy. I feel like I need to make a sue me counter, but I lost count already. You can't make a sue me. You can do whatever you want. I can say that however often I want. Sue me. But yes, if I'm getting repetitive in my words, known that I have not done a discussion like this in like 6 months, but I'll do more in the future. Don't worry about it. Also, I'm still sick, so be nice to me. You wouldn't punch somebody who's sick, would you? That's what I thought. Anyway, so yeah, Rebirth of Souls started out kind of rough, but with every patch, it's gotten better and better. Like, they were pretty fast with patching out the infinites, and they put in a ranked mode, and like, as of now, like, as of the end of 2025, like, the character balancing is, like, pretty good. Like, there's still some, like, bad characters and some really good characters, but, like, it is way more balanced than, like, the beginning of the game, and they also like changed a lot of like core mechanics, because a big problem at the beginning of the game was like people had to stall out for their awakening bar, and so there would just be some cases where just like both players were just like standing and staring at each other, not doing anything. But they've changed that, and that still happens every so often. Like sometimes it's like the best play to stall out for your awakening meter, but like they give you a lot more reward for not doing that, and it takes longer to do that, so it's a lot easier to just not do that. And if one person is stalling and the other person is not stalling, then it's not good for the stalling player. Then both players have to be stalling for stalling to be good. But yeah, it's definitely a lot better. It's still not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was in the beginning. And I think the game is in a pretty great state right now. And as a game, like, competitively, I think it's cool that a bunch of characters are viable, because like every single character is like super unique. And I also like how important like resource management there is, which again has gotten better, because like for your reverse gauge, you just use it for white reverse so you can build up your awakening. But now the other with that being less powerful, the other options that you can use your reverse meter for are more interesting, or are also viable. So you can use your resources. That game has a lot of resource meters, and you can use them for a lot of different things. So you kind of have to like have a plan in your head, and you also have to like kind of see what your opponent wants to do and like play against that. And it's a really interesting back and forth. I like resource management in video games. Sue me. And yeah, there's just so many like bars, and all those bars have multiple uses. So for this game in particular, your ability of keeping track of what you have and what your opponent has can win or lose you the match. Like if you did not realize that your opponent had a bunch of meter to do a 0 to death, then and you accidentally used your like reverse meter to break a combo, then like you just lose because you did not pay attention to what was happening. And I like that. In addition to just like, you know, fighting game fundamentals of conditioning and reading your opponent and whatnot. So I think it's very good. Mario Kart World, I put on here because, listen, we all know Mario Kart World is overpriced. Mario Kart World has a lot of dead air with an open world in the intermissions. So yes, Mario Kart World played normally kind of sucks. But if you play with competitive rules, like 12 players, only lap style tracks, etc., the game becomes a lot better, you know? Like, with only 12 players instead of 24, then you have a lot less, like, lightnings and blue shells and, like, items flying everywhere. You have a lot less random chaos happening, and it becomes closer to previous Mario Karts where you can kind of, like, predict the items. And also the lap style tracks are also just, like, super well designed. Like, all the new tracks are, like, Whistle Stop Summit, DK Spaceport, the water one, Salty Speedway, where there's like shortcuts with like the new mechanics where you can like grind on the walls and like bounce off of poles and grind on rails, like make for a lot of like crazy shortcuts. And the game like makes it really easy to practice these shortcuts with the rewind feature in single player. So it's very easy to... So if you try to play Mario Kart World normally, you just boot it in and you try to play the game, it sucks. But if you try to take it like... If you try to like get good at it, like learn all the shortcuts and then play only with lap style courses on in the Discord servers, then you know a lot of the good parts of the game can shine. And but yeah, so, and there's also like just that base competitive gameplay that all Mario Kart games have of like trying to go fast but also having a backup plan in case you get unlucky and you get hit with a bad item, and also trying to use your items well. So it's, I think Mario Kart World deserves some credit there. Because if you cut out all of the all of the bad parts of the game, if you cut out all the bad parts of the game and you only play the good parts are pretty good, and that's all the competitive players play. So you know what? Maybe they know what's going on. Maybe they know it's good. And then for Kirby, I'm mainly talking about City Trial, which is what most of the community focuses on. But actually, the base Air Ride mode has been getting some decent love. But like as far as like people interested in, and it's also Kirby Air Riders is also very early on in its competitive career, and it doesn't have like the structure, the skeleton of previous games like Mario Kart have that to play off of. So Air Riders is not as much of a competitive game. Does not have a developed competitive scene, but I mean it has a ranked mode, so that's mostly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm mostly talking about City Trial. City Trial can feel super random, because like it's like a party game. It's like, oh haha, I got hit with the bomb and I lost all my things, hee hee hee. And listen, that can definitely still happen, but like the more I play, the more I see how much like you can control and win consistently if you're better. Because like random things do happen, but you can react to the random things and you can plan around it. And if you have enough experience, you can control the beast that is City Trial and try to actually win consistently if you actually know what you're doing. Like the game requires you to have good planning and respond to the random things that happen. The party game defiance method. Yeah, Mario Kart World also has that, where like if you're good, then you can play around the randomness. But I kind of do like that, because like that's why people like Pokemon speedruns, because Pokemon speedruns is all RNG, but like reacting to like the randomness that you get and playing around that and trying to make decisions on the fly is why people like competitive Pokemon, or like Pokemon speedruns, and also why people like competitive Mario Kart and Kirby Air Riders. Just like that, the skill of like, okay, you have to be good at the game, you have to be better than your opponent, but also you have to be like super adaptive and like respond to like what the fudge is happening even in the game. So I think that's super cool. So the only main problems that I have with Kirby Air Riders is the character balance is not great. Like, my son is low tier. I still main Bandana Waddle Dee anyway, but like, yeah, certain characters, like also like a lot of the balanced characters like Waddle Dee and Kirby and some of the other Cappy. No, Cappy's actually pretty good. The character balance is not great, and there's also Rick. But maybe that might fix. I'm just looking at the state of the game at the end of 2025. And they did one balance patch to nerf Rick, and it was not enough. Yeah, the character balance is not great, and sometimes there is just like, sometimes you do just lose for no reason. Like, this can also happen in all the Mario Kart games, but like, no matter how well you are at adapting to the game and its luck, like sometimes you do just get unlucky and like you get a bad starting spot, or there's no good machines nearby, or sometimes like you invest all the way into like fighting and you want to do like a fighting event, and then the fighting event just doesn't spawn, and then you just have to do like button rush and hope for the best. Also, the game does kind of have like an anti-randomness factor, where if you get too unlucky, the game does give pity on you and gives you like a comeback mechanic. Like if the game detects that you just got real unlucky and you're late into the game with no stats, it drops a invincibility and magnet on you. And that has actually helped me come back and like make the comeback and win the match because of that. So even sometimes when you do get unlucky, you can still win anyway, because the game has mechanics to help you do that. But there are just some times where, like, you know, in the case where like, oh, you make a flying vehicle and whoops, there's no flying. Sucks to be you, I guess. Watching Pokemon speedruns made me want to try them, but ADHDs could never keep consistent. Yeah, that's mostly why I don't want to do speedruns. If I do, it might be like a short one, but I don't think there's any like super short Pokemon speedruns. Also, did that not appear on screen, or am I crazy? Yeah. Also, before I give an award to any of these, can I just say that they all suck, because none of these games that I have listed, none of them have a spectator mode, which is crazy for games released in 2025 with a focus on competitiveness. Just give us a spectator mode. Why do none of these games have a spectator mode? Like people have done Bleach Rebirth of Souls tournaments, but they had to do it through like PS5 like screen share or something, and like that's bananas. And I think that's the main thing that's stopping Air Riders tournaments from happening. But Mario Kart World kind of has like community ranked seasons, so that's usually what they do as opposed to tournaments, but it's still a dumb. Yeah, Bleach doing it especially is a dumb, because like, okay, whatever, it's Nintendo. Nintendo just makes baby games. They're not trying to make competitive games. But like, Bleach Rebirth of Souls was supposed to be like a super hardcore competitive game, so it not having a spectator mode is kind of dumb. But it's not like the end of the world, because we can do screen share. But I just want to mention that none of these games could deserve best competitive game, because none of them have spectator modes. I just wanted to throw that out there real fast. I'm gonna give this award to one of these people, one of these games, but I just want to let y'all know that none of you deserve it. Just use James chat screen share, duh. That's the best part of the Switch 2 controller, by the way, is that I can just hit a button to make a dumb noise. It just, you hit the game share button, it goes wow wow, and then you hit it again, and it goes wow wow. So I can just mash it. So I can just mash it in the middle of it. I can't breathe. So like during a loading screen or during any side of idle time in any Switch 2 game, I can just mash the game share button and it goes wait, and it will definitely be doing that all the time from now on in future Switch 2 streams. I just want to warn you. Anyway, as for the community that has the best long-term potential to grow and just like the game that kind of like lends itself, that shines best in competitive play, I will actually give it to Mario Kart World. Just because like it's kind of piggybacking off of like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe like infrastructure of like the competitiveness, but like it's super easy to play competitive Mario Kart World. You just join the Discord and then you join the competitive lobby. You can get like a ranking and everything, and that's super fun. Where Kirby Air Riders again has a lot of random BS, and the ranking system kinda is just more like how much time you put in, and it's close with Rebirth of Souls. I feel like if Rebirth of Souls had like a spectator mode or like more tournament friendly options, I think Rebirth of Souls might have edged it out, but I feel like just for how much the game, and listen, Mario Kart World is only good when you play it competitively. Where all these games are, where Kirby Air Riders and Rebirth of Souls are both fun casually and competitively. So I don't know, I want to give Mario Kart World something. And also yeah, I do, again, if we're talking like base game Bleach Rebirth of Souls, like yeah, definitely. But current Bleach Rebirth of Souls, I don't know. Bleach, I'm gonna give it to Mario Kart World for the end of 2025. But if Bleach keeps getting more updates, I think it'll have the potential to keep, like, if these update strings continue as they do, and Bleach keeps getting better while Mario Kart keeps getting worse, then yeah, I think Bleach has the potential to go past Mario Kart, but I'll give it to Mario Kart for the moment. Just because, like, again, the base competitive, you ignore all the bad parts of Mario Kart World, and the base, like, Mario Kart competitiveness is good, and all the world mechanics of the jumping and wall running and crazy shortcuts and the rewind feature is just very nice to have in a competitive game. It's very easy to lab this game and practice shortcuts. So and it has a very big thriving community, so I'll give it to Mario Kart World. But if you ask me on a different day, I might have given it to Bleach. Any game is good when you ignore the bad, yeah. Honestly. But like for Mario Kart World, it's so easy because you don't have to play any, if you're playing competitive, you don't have to play any intermissions, and you don't have to play around with the open world. You just have to get past the $500 entry barrier, and then you're good. And then you're good. Then you can play a good game. And also another reason that Bleach might be getting, even without any updates, Bleach also might just naturally get better as people will discover cool tech with mid and low tiers to make them more viable. Where Mario Kart, the meta usually just favors one kart combination, which is currently Swoop on the Rob Hog, which is a very funny combination. A bat on Rob the Robot. So I'll take that, I suppose, but there are still other competitive things, but I think the more that the meta goes on without like a balance patch, I think the more it'll lean into one character. It's usually how Mario Karts go. You know, Funky Kong, Flame Runner, and Yoshi on the bear car in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. What the fudge was that called? What was the bear ATV called in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? I forget. Martin Carton always had a problem with just one character, and Kart are better than all the others, yeah. I feel like Mario Kart World has decent balance, but like, yeah, I feel like the more that the meta develops, because like even day one, everyone was on the baby blooper. because Baby Blooper was just like the obvious best one. The only reason that Swoop Rob Hog is meta right now is because people are like, light characters are very good because they get the most benefit from early on coins, and usually you're not getting to 20 coins in Mario Kart World in any given match. So playing a character who benefits from having lower coins is better, and those are the lighter characters. Anyway, not rambling about Mario Kart World anymore. Again, I'll give it to Mario Kart World for now, just because how significantly better the game is when you play it competitively and the community right now. But, you know, again, if Bleach keeps getting better and Mario Kart keeps getting worse, then I could switch this around. I could also see myself coming around on Kirby Air Riders if Kirby Air Riders community develops well. Next category is Best Hololive Game, which I know is a very niche category, but I mean, look how many effing games that I've played, Hololive games that I played this year. And that's not even like all of them. Like I missed, there was like a Sora platformer game and like a Ball of Syphilis game that I also missed. So you know what? We'll talk a little bit about Hololive games. Again, in release order. Fubuki Zero In on Hollow Earth. It's a fun little Mega Man style platformer where you get power-ups and you pick a stage and you get power-ups and you jump and shoot and slash your sword. Ball of what? Oh. Ball of what? Ball of... I keep wanting to say syphilis. I can't. I forgot. I said the dumb thing too often and now I don't remember what the actual thing is called. Nope, I googled ball of syphilis. Syphilis? Sisyphus! Sisyphus! That's what it was! It was Sisyphus! Did it. Sisyphus. Oh my gosh, thank you, Dom. I was having a brain fart moment. I might play that. That game did recently come out on Switch, so I kind of want to play that. You can't just be calling it that, but it's funny. I'm trying not to, okay? There was a Ball of Sisyphus game where you push a ball up a hill. That looked cool, but I did not play it. Anyway, Fubuki game is pretty fun, but I feel like it just plays it a little too safe. Like it's like it's a very like 7 out of 10 game. It's good, but it doesn't do anything crazy. Then Chrono Gear Warden of Time is super crazy. It has like fun base movement, like there's a lot of like air dashes. If where like Fubuki is more like Mega Man X, where Chrono Gear is more like Mega Man ZX or something. Also, I don't have this ordered correctly. Doesn't matter. Hold down a little bit. I know, it's only bothering me, but I don't care. Chrono Gear has like crazy movement where you dash, and you can also slow down time and speed up time and do stuff like that. I also think it has really great level design where like you have to like flip the level upside down or change the level into different states, and there's like mazes sometimes, but like that's actually like not a miserable time. It also has really great OST. My only real complaint about Chrono Gear is that the story, while cool, I do like the story of Chrono Gear, it can feel a little bit fan fiction-y. Where the character, where it kind of feels like they just kind of wanted to write this story and Hololive characters just so happen to be partaking in it, you know? It's hard to like sniff out exactly what I mean by fan fiction-y, but it does feel like the characters are just like in the story and not necessarily like it's more of like its own story as opposed to a Hololive story. Also made by goated devs, Galaxy Trial makers of Freedom Planet. Everyone play Freedom Planet. I have been meaning to play Freedom Planet since I played the early access demo like a year or two before the first Freedom Planet came out. Because I played the demo of the first Freedom Planet before it came out, and I'm like, hey, this game is good. I should probably buy it on release, and then it's been 16 years. But yeah, it doesn't change the fact Chrono Gear is good, and the story is good. It still has characters still mostly act in character, and there are a lot of like deep references. It's just that it can kind of go off the rails sometimes. And then next, Hololive, Holo ADV Sakura Singularity.exe is kind of the opposite, honestly, because the gameplay is like very bare bones. You just walk around and click on things and solve puzzles, with the occasional like mini game. But the story feels like very in character. Like it does feel like it is just the Hololive girls like going through an adventure. Like they all like to vary in character. I see what you mean. Like the story could probably hit really good if it was original characters. I feel like Hololore is open-ended enough where it works well. Yeah, I agree. Like it's open. It's not completely out of the realm of possibility, but there's at certain points where like you're like, I'll talk about this later. But there's certain points where like near the ending where like crazy shit is happening and I'm like, are you sure that streamers would be doing this? But you know, Hololive EN lore is actually just insane and crazy and stupid, so maybe Chrono Gear is not as far off as I think. And then Hane Hollow is also kind of the same thing. The gameplay is just only up, but it has so many like deep cut references, and it also explains all the references too in like data books that I can't help but be endeared to it. But I don't know if this is not a surprise. It's Chrono Gear. Because yes, it has to be Chrono Gear. It goes a little too off the rails sometimes, but I kind of like that. B, it's not that out of character for EN lore, and C, it's kind of fun. So I would prefer, like, I'd prefer the games get a little crazy as opposed to playing it too safe. Because for like Hane Hollow and Holo ADV, like, there's a certain point where it's like, if I just wanted to see, like for Holo ADV, like I feel like if I just wanted to see the Hololive girls hang out and interact and have fun, then I could just watch the streams. You know, so if you have to go too far on one end of the spectrum of getting way too fanfiction-y and off the rails or playing it too safe, I suppose I'd prefer going off the rails. I gotta give it. And also the gameplay is just super, as a game, it's super fun. Like even if you don't care about Hololive at all, I'd highly recommend it just as a video game. Which the divide's supposed to be like in lore of games that your IMO is supposed to detach yourself from being streamers. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, that's where the divide is supposed to be, like the lore games that you're supposed to detach them from being streamers. Yeah, I do like a mix. I do like both styles of like, okay, let's use these characters as a base to tell a crazy story. Or let's literally just have their personality in this environment. I do like both styles. But yeah, I do kind of agree with Dom there, or Giga Thunders, where like, yeah, you're supposed to like I like the just taking this base character and then kind of going crazy with it. But I feel like there's still like a better like middle ground that you could hit. I feel like there's a slightly better middle ground that you could hit. Also, I'd never. Oh, that's why this is not. I can make a quick 30 slide. Because I don't have. Because normally I'm like, okay, here the next category is this, and then here's the contestants, and then here's the winner. But I did not do that for this. So hold on one second. Okay, the next category. Anyway, Chrono Gear is really good. You should, even if you're not a Hololive fan, you should play it. And if you are a Hololive fan, then you should definitely play it. I feel like it hits a really good balance. Because for like games like Holo ADV and Hane Holo, if you don't like Hololive, I really can't recommend them. They're only for Hololive fans. But games like Chrono Gear and Fubuki Zero In on Hollow Earth, I feel like, are games that are just good on their own and might get you interested in Hololive, where you can go into them without any Hololive information. But I do like both aspects. What Hololive games are coming up? I know that there's a crafting game. That's the only one that I'm aware of. And I also know that they just announced an official rhythm game. I'm getting off topic. Yeah, Hollow Village comes out spring 26. And I don't have anything else listed down. But I'm sure there's other things happening. Oh yeah, there's like a 3D platformer Gura game that got announced recently, but I don't think that has a release date, which is probably why it's not in my list. Anyway, I like VTubers on Hololive, and yes, I will play Fortnite again because they put Kizuna Ai in there. I think that comes out the 16th. So next weekend might be Code Vein and Fortnite. Hold on, let me check that. Fortnite. The autocomplete is Wolf Girl skin. Forgot what that was about. Meow, meow, meow. Where's the release date? Okay, here we go. Release date. January 16th. Okay, we'll do that. I keep trying to leave Fortnite and it keeps dragging me back in. But those are the three things that, if you want to sell me on something, those are the three things: is Hatsune Miku, Bleach, and VTubers. Anyway, next category. I'm focusing on one thing at a time, don't worry. I'm not thinking about 15,000 things at the same time. Anyway, next category is best racing game. Because we have to do this at some point, because that is the big contender. Because like we got Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross World Switch 2 edition. Did I have that there before? Oh no, yeah, no, this is the first time Sonic Racing Cross Worlds has showed up. And then Kirby Air Riders, like three crazy racing games that have all come out in the same year. It was a listen, regardless who wins this, these are all crazy racing games. The only really disappointing one is Mario Kart World. But again, as I've said, if you play Mario Kart World like it's a Sonic game and only play the very specific part, then it's a good game. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, so in release order, I've already talked about Mario Kart World a lot. It has great base driving mechanics and tracks. Like the game, the tracks are very good and the base driving mechanics are very good. Everything else drags it down. Literally everything else in the entire game drags it down. The boring open world, the intermissions, the $80, the only on Switch 2. The no updates. That's not a huge thing because Air Riders also doesn't have updates or DLC or whatever, but it's still a factor. We all know about Mario Kart World. It's spoiler alert, not winning. I'm sorry. I gave it best competitive game. That is all it is getting. Oh my god, it's so phlegmy. Okay. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is kind of the opposite, where it just has driving and nothing else, but the driving is really fun, and that main focus of just like, this is a racing game, it's nothing but a racing game, it goes a long way. It's like, it's the focus is really good. Like, the core racing mechanics are really fun, and I like the gimmick of the cross worlds, because like, again, like yesterday when I was playing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, we got Pac Maze like 15 times in a row, but at least the cross world was different, so we weren't literally playing the same track 15 times in a row. So that does help make long play sessions go really a long way. The gadget system is also really cool. I love the gadget system. I wish that I could play with the gadget system and there wasn't a festival happening every 20 minutes. But yeah, I like the gadget system. There's a lot of customization, so you can just like, you can play exactly how you want. You can make the game play exactly how you want to play, or you just can endlessly experiment and try different things, and I think that's fun. And the paid and free updates for the first year of the game's life is also a pretty big plus. Again, I'm not sure. I still haven't determined if I want to count base game on release or the state of the game at the end of 2025, but either way, Crossworld is good. They also have long-lasting, worthwhile reasons to do single-player stuff. Unironically, yeah, that is a good point. Mario Kart World just gives you stickers, and it's kind of fun for a little bit. But like, Sonic Racing Crossworlds has like a lot of progression and a lot of customization, and there's a lot of things to buy, and it takes a while to buy it, and it even rewards you for doing the time trials. Like, I was shocked. All previous Mario Kart games have had like give you unlocks for doing all the time trials. Like in Wii, I think it gave you like a character. In 8, it gave you like the gold Mario or whatever. But in World, you beat all the time trial ghosts. Nothing. You get nothing. They timed that really well with the music looping. You get nothing. You get nothing. Good day, sir. I'd beat all the time trial world records, and I'm like, what do I get? Nothing? Cool. For like Sonic Racing Crossworlds, like for every like 3 time trial records you beat, I think they give, or that you S rank or whatever, they give you like some music. Crossworld's first game to make me care about time trials, yeah. And then Kirby Air Ride is Kirby Air Ride. Not really a racing game, but it does have a racing mode in Air Ride, and that in itself is super fun, even though City Trial kind of gets the main focus. But at the times I played Air Ride are fun. Air Ride mode is fun, and as a game in general, it is super fun. Like, unique gameplay, lots of different ways to play, has really good online. I feel like that's also another important factor. Mario Kart World just has the intermission tracks, and you have to like use third-party things, resources, in order to play the good version of the Mario Kart World online. Where Sonic Racing Crossworlds just has like a standard rank system, and also has like online events. And Kirby Air Riders also has online events. So I think that kind of really carries it a lot. And Kirby Air Riders and Sonic Racing Crossworlds has good like lobby systems. I did find out that you can do random onlines with friends. You just can't do it ranked with friends. Like if you go to like free, like before when I was trying to do it with Mario, I was trying to do ranked with friends, but you can do random online with friends. You can go take your friends and go into a random online room, but it has to be unranked in Kirby Air Riders. Kirby Air Ride gets it. They know people just want to play the game, yeah. And also going for 100% Air Riders is pretty fun too. I would say, I've not really talked about this since I finished on stream. I did all of Kirby Air Ride 100%, and then just recently I'm about 100% Kirby Air Riders. And I will say 100% Kirby Air Riders is a lot better than Air Ride, because Air Riders does not have like break 1 million boxes, play for 1 billion hours. Like, it's just achievements that you can reasonably get if you go after them. There's only like a few I got stuck on, like have this random event happen, like do all the variations of this random event. Like there's only a couple of like that, where in the original Air Ride, like half of the achievements was like play the game for like 15,000 hours. But yeah, the 100% ride in Kirby Air Riders is a good time. I love Crossworlds. Obviously, Proximity is the only one I played, but the lobbies have way too much downtime. Yeah, I get it. And Kirby Air Riders used to have that problem, but then they let you like practice while you wait for the other players. And also, if you do lobbies, then you can route the downtime is not too long, especially if you do City Trial. It's like a minute of downtime for like 7 minutes of gameplay. No fluff in online. Yeah, you just like hit ranked in your find a match and you go. Or Sonic Racing Crossworlds like has a lot of like you find a match and then everybody says hi to each other and then you do like 20 minutes of emotes and then you pick the course and you wait for the course to pick and then you get like 3 minutes of gameplay. Where Kirby you get like again you do like a minute of waiting at most and then you do 7 minutes of gameplay, so the ratio is better. But if we're just talking about, if we look at the title of the award, Best Racing Game, if we're just talking about the game that has the best core racing experience, it's Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I know it's the least that I played, but that's mostly because I've not been able to play it because I've had it ever since it came out. I've not been able to get at my computer, where Mario Kart World and Kirby Air Riders are like Switch games. But even though I've played it the least, as a core racing game, it doesn't have any open world. It is a racing game, because the only reason that Kirby Air Riders didn't win out is because Kirby Air Riders is not really a racing game. If we're just looking at the racing mode, like the Air Ride racing mode is good, but it's only like a third of the game. And the good parts of Mario Kart World are only like 5% of the game. But the good parts of Sonic Racing Crossworlds is 100% of the game. It is good. I like Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Air Riders is a racing game with a massive asterisk. Yeah. I also have to hold on. Okay, nobody saw that. Listen, I was sick when I made this, and then I had to fix it when when I just stopped being sick, and then I fixed it. So I might have missed some stuff. But yes, if you come up to me, if somebody grabs me off the street and be like, Solaris, what is the best racing game? I want to play a racing game. What is it that came out in the year 2025? Which racing game do I play? And I'm like, do you want a racing game, or do you want like a party game, or do you want an open world game? And they're like, did you not hear me? I said a racing game. And then I'll be like, okay, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. If you just want racing, if you want racing and you want it to be good racing and you don't want anything other than racing, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Also, the game has Hatsune Miku in it, so Kirby Air Riders and Mario Kart World do not have Hatsune Miku in it, so yeah, that's why Sonic Racing Crossworlds gets the thing. Making sure everything is good before we move on to the next segment. How am I? Oh, okay. I have a lot of yapping to do left. Mario and Kirby don't have Miku or lesbians. Well, technically, if we're going by my rules that I just made up on the spot, it's the state of the game as of January 31st, 2025. And the lesbians do not get added until 26, but they did have Miku in it on release. That was like Hatsune Miku was technically like a free update character, but she came out the same day that the game came out. So she's essentially like a base game character. Although, technically, you can paint your machine to look like Hatsune Miku and Kirby Air Riders, so we'll give Kirby Air Riders like half a point. So if we're gonna put an order, it's Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, then Air Riders, and then Mario Kart World by just percentage of Hatsune Miku in the game. Mario and Kirby don't have the promise of lesbians in the future. Fair enough, fair enough. Also, we're just scoring Mario. If you're watching this from the future, where they updated Mario Kart World and they also discounted the game, where they gave, okay, they're never gonna discount the game, but if they gave Mario Kart World enough free updates that fixed the game and added in $80 worth of content, as of January 10th, 2026, that has not happened. So did I say January 31st, 2025? I meant December 31st, 2025. There's no lesbians in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. But there will be. Cannot speak today, I'm so sorry. Okay, our last category before we get into our top 5 games of the day. I was gonna say decade, but I'm like, wait, no, it's not been 10 years. And I was already committed to saying a D word, so whatever, you get the idea. We are doing the best finale, where finale being like the end of the game. So our 2 contestants are Chrono Gear Warden of Time and Donkey Kong Bonanza. So if you do not wish to get spoilers on Chrono Gear or Donkey Kong Bonanza, please mute the stream until I have gotten off of this slideshow. This is your first and final spoiler warning. Because both of these finales are great, and you should definitely go into both of them completely blind for maximum effect. Is there something stuck in my hair? No, I'm good. Also, is that the actual Donkey Kong Bonanza box art that has odd? What does the actual Donkey Kong Bonanza box art have on it? Is it Odd Rock or is it Pauline? Because I thought that was I think what I have on screen is the censored version of the box art. Meow, 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 meow. I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Odd Rock, my beloved. Anyway, spoilers for both of these games. If you want to avoid spoilers, mute until the next slide. But yeah, both of these are crazy good. We will go in order. Chrono Gear Warden of Time dials it up to 11, doing almost everything that it could think of. Like, I did that stream in one sitting. I went for all the finale in one sitting, and that was probably a bad idea because that stream was like 7 hours, because the finale is like 5 hours long. So don't do what I did. So yeah, it's like super long because like you go for the game and then you're like you fight the first final boss, and then you have to do a whole other world. And then there is like a super long final level that is also super cool while spending way too much time overestimating or underestimating a time for an end game. Never. I would never do that. I don't know whenever that's happened before. Oh yeah, that did happen before in Sonic Superstars. That was just 4 hours on one boss though, to be honest. Where Chrono Gear, like, I did not spend that much time on any singular boss. It's just like, it's a whole extra world. It's a super long like castle final level. You get like a supersonic power up. Cause you go for the final world and then you fight like that thing in the KFP Coliseum or whatever. Like, it's so insane. And then there's like 15 different final bosses. And then you kind of, because you fight, you climb up the tower, you fight Lapis, and then she has like 15 phases, and then it like boots you back to the title screen, and then does a little fourth wall, like fake out ending, and then you go back in, and then you walk around, you get more lore, and then you fight the actual final boss, and then your fudging giant snake turns on you, and you gotta fight the giant snake, and then you get the snake back, and then it's just like, it's insane. It's insane. It's an insane, absolutely insane video game that I love it very dearly. Like, I cannot even get close to expressing to you how insane the Chrono Gear ending is. Whoops, you didn't see that? You didn't see that? Nobody saw that. That's spoiler. Anyway, Donkey Kong Bonanza. But yeah, Chrono Gear is very good. It also has a lot of good like gameplay variety, I think. Donkey Kong Bonanza is just pure fan service. Mostly with, again, spoilers, King K. Rool appearing for the first time in almost 20 years. Because it's been since Donkey Kong 64 that he's been like in a main game. And since like the DS Wii era where he appeared in some spin-offs, because he was like in a Mario baseball game, and he was also in like the DS games. And also technically King K. Rool did appear in Smash Brothers a couple years prior, but like as far as like being in a main Donkey Kong game, King K. Rool was missing since 64. So just as pure Donkey Kong fan service, like it's already great. But like, he's not just like thrown in there as a last minute twist villain, because some people complain like, oh, King K. Rool is cool, but he's just like a last minute twist villain. There's not anything building it up. But like, he's not just like a last minute twist villain. Like after he shows up, like the game goes on for another few hours. Not as long as Chrono Gear. I think Donkey Kong Bonanza's finale is like 2-3 hours. But he doesn't just show up, you fight him, and then that's it. He's there. He's like the entire like last act of the game is dedicated to King K. Rool. Like he doesn't just show up at the very end and be like, "Hi guys, remember me? I'm King K. Rool. Anyway, here's the credits." Like he actually like shows up, and then during that time you get to see all the classic DK enemies, all the old enemies who are like skeletons, are now actual like Donkey Kong enemies. So that's kind of like foreshadowing. So like it's not completely out of the blue, because it does kind of foreshadow with the enemies being like skeleton versions of the Kremlin crew. It kind of works. But yeah, you get to see all the classic DK enemies with that sound effects. It goes wah. No, it goes But in the old game, you hit the enemy and he goes and then in the new game, you punch him and he goes It's like an actual worthwhile presence. Like he doesn't just like go like, "Hi, what's up? I'm King K. Rool. Anyway, goodbye." Like you actually have to like, he's like for the last like thing of the game. But yeah, there's like, you get to see all the classic Donkey Kong enemies. There's the Donkey Kong Country 1 fake out credits with the credits spelled with the K and all the fake names in the credits, which is really fun. We also get New Donk City from Super Mario Golf. No, Super Mario. It was also in the Mario Golf game, but Mario Odyssey. And you get like a big King K. Rool gets a new form for like the big epic finale, the King of Rot. The funniest part was the hopium paying off. You don't understand, because the people have been like ever since Donkey Kong Country Returns came out, like every new Donkey Kong, like I remember in the build up to Tropical Freeze, people online being like, oh guys, King K. Rool's coming back, he's gonna be the secret final boss, like they're, you know, the main guy, because like at the beginning of the game and in all the trailers, like the main bad guy of the whatever the bad guy faction was in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, he was always covered in shadow, so people were thinking like, he's gonna be King K. Rool, he's gonna be King K. Rool, and then the game comes out and he's not actually King K. Rool. And then the same thing happened for Bonanza, where people are theorizing that King K. Rool is gonna be at the end of the game, and then you play the game and it actually happens, and I was like, what? We all were huffing the copium all for Tropical Freeze, and we were let down. We let ourselves down, but then it actually happened for Bonanza. That was insane. Also, hi Tevin, how's it going? We did it, Lady Palutena. Pinky Ray slashes the screen like Hades. He doesn't, but yes, that's pretty much it. Also, yes, if Uprising came out this year, it would have the best finale, I'm not gonna lie. But hello, Tevin, how's it going? This is the last category. This is the last separate category. So you joined in at just the right time, right before I do my top 5 games. But yeah, it was so insane actually having the King K. Rool back finally. Man. Again, not biased. But yeah, like it says the end and then it like fades out to like King K. Rool lying dead on the ground, and then the end question mark, and then he like wakes up and his theme starts playing and he starts chasing you on the jetpack on the way up to the surface, and it's like, it's good, it's good, it's good. I dropped my effing fidget toy again. Anyways, this is Donkey Kong Country fudging. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, it's Donkey Kong Bonanza. My only complaint about Donkey Kong Bonanza is I don't think it goes far enough. And yes, I'm only saying that because I wanted a big supersonic final boss. But it is close between these two games. But Chrono Gear goes a little too far and drags on a little too long, where Donkey Kong Bonanza is very like tight and succinct. Like it doesn't drag on for too long. It just hits all the high notes. You get the Kremlings, you get the fake out ending, you get the big city, you get New Donk City, you get the final boss, and like that's it. So I feel like Donkey Kong Bonanza might be a little too succinct, but I feel I prefer that as opposed to something going on a little too long. And I do love King K. Rool. I love my baby. I love my baby. He's my best friend. King K. Rool is my best friend, and I love him very much. Also, I really like the design of King K. Rool in Donkey Kong Bonanza. He's pretty much just the Smash design, but his tail is a little longer, and I like the longer tail. Because in Smash Brothers, he has like a really short tail for some reason. I'm not sure why. Anyway, but yeah, again, as through all of these categories, as through all of these categories, it's very close, but I have to pick something at the end of the day. Also for Tevin, and also before wrapping up all our categories, before we get to the top 5, best soundtrack was between Bleach Rebirth of Souls and Mario Kart World. Him getting Mewtwo boxes would be hilarious though. No, I didn't think about that. That's probably why he has a shorter tail in Smash Brothers, just because like he's already fat enough. We don't need to give him any bigger hurt boxes. Anyway, quick recap. Best soundtrack, Bleach Rebirth of Souls and Mario Kart World. I like the remixes in Mario Kart World, but Bleach Rebirth of Souls just has way too many bangers that get stuck in my head all the time. Best competitive game. I Mario Kart World barely edged out because as a competitive game, Mario Kart World is really good, and I still really like competitive Mario Kart World. It's just that anything that not competitive about Mario Kart World is bad. And Air Riders and Rebirth of Souls, I like both competitively and casually, but it's just Mario Kart World that, like, shines the most when you put it on competitive. And then best Hololive game was Warden of Time, just because, like, even if you're not a Hololive fan, it kind of goes off the rails sometimes, but even if you're not a Hololive fan, I can definitely recommend this game. It's a good game. I will definitely play Freedom Planet at some point, don't worry. And then best racing game. Air Riders is not technically a racing game, and Mario Kart World is a Breath of the Wild game. So if you just want the best core racing experience, it's Sonic Racing Cross World. And then best finale. Chrono Gear is really good, but drags on a little bit. Donkey Kong Bonanza is also really good, but maybe a little too short, but I kind of prefer succinctness as opposed to dragging on too long, so we'll give it to Bonanza. Oh my gosh! Okay, the spoiler part is over. The spoiler part was over like 5 minutes ago, but the spoiler part is officially over. You can unmute now. Also, don't look at the chat. Actually, the chat will be like, for the VOD of this, I'll have everything time stamped so people can just timestamp past it. And when I edit things out in the VOD, because I will edit out the first like 30 minutes of me going insane on the starting screen. So don't worry about it. Anyway, we need a change of song. Okay, it is time for it is what you've all been waiting for. The top 5 games of the year. Spoiler alert, I've talked about all these games already. Because it turns out something like the best X game is also one of the best games of the year. So we might ramble, I might repeat myself, don't worry about it. But the ordering, I think, is the more interesting thing here. So, for number 5 is... I can't drum roll and hit the next slide at the same time. I can't hit drum roll and hit next at the same time. Okay, number 5. These are, again... I played all of the important games this year, which is all of the Nintendo and anime games of this year. And on Nintendo and anime games, I mean Hololive and Bleach. So this is the objectively best list. And then for number 5, we will give it to Mario Kart World. Hear me out! Hear me out! Listen, I know Mario Kart World is not perfect. I know like 90% of the game sucks, okay? And I know that the game really does not need to be $80. But if you ignore all of the bad parts of the game and just play it like a Sonic game where you ignore all the bad parts of the game and only play the good parts, it's a really good game. I like it a lot. Like Mario Kart World, Mario Kart is already like a fun base thing with its like, we have to plan around the items and the track design is really good. The new mechanics are super cool. And it has an absolutely like ginormous OST. Again, mostly plays during the open world. Which are the bad parts of the game, but like you just look it up on Nintendo Music, obviously. That's where you look it up on. Don't YouTube it or anything. It hasn't been uploaded 15 times on YouTube. What are you, crazy? But yeah, as I said in the competitive game, in the best competitive game, like if you just play 12-player lap style tracks online, Like, you ignore the open world, you ignore the intermissions, you ignore the world versus worldwide. Like, it's a good game. Like, the shortcuts that you can take are, like, really cool, where, like, you ride on the, like, you do a charge jump, and then you ride on the wall, and then you do a flip, and then you ride on, like, a rail, and then you jump off of the rail at the last possible second, and then you land on that, and then you hop off, like, 2 different poles, and you, like, look up the world record for Salty Speedway. It's insane. Which came out first, Mario Kart World or Bonanza? I remember only because because I know Mario Kart World was a launch title and Bonanza wasn't, but also I was rewatching my reaction to the Switch 2 Direct, which had desynced audio for some reason. I don't know how that happened, but I remember saying, oh yeah, Bonanza comes out, that's a month after the Switch comes out. If you treat Mario Kart World like Mario Kart 8, it's good, I guess. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 is still better just because it has more tracks and more characters and whatnot. But Mario Kart World it's still a pretty good Mario Kart game, with just the 30 tracks and all the, like, fun characters you can play as. I like playing as a Goomba and as a Buzzbee. Was wondering why K. Rool wasn't in it. Mario Kart World don't get no updates. I don't know why. Because people have been theorizing that Mario Kart World is gonna get a Donkey Kong Bonanza update for, like, the longest time, but, like, that window is quickly closing of Bonanza crossover DLC being relevant, and it has not happened, so I don't know, man. Don't worry about it. He'll get DLC 3 later, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That was, like, 2011 to 2018, I think. I think that was, like, 7 years, actually. And then, in case you're wondering, the original Mario Kart 8 got DLC 7 months after the game came out. It was at least announced within around that time. So yeah, Mario Kart World DLC is not off the table, but, like, do you really want to pay more money for Mario Kart World? If it's a free update, I'll get it. But yeah, for only Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, like, yeah, Deluxe... I think it was 2011 to 2018. I had the internet. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Oh my gosh, release dates. Oh my gosh. I'm losing it. Okay, I wasn't 2011 to 2017. I'm crazy. 2014, I think, is when 2014 or 2015 is when 8 came out. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out in April 2017, and then the Booster Course Pass started distribution in 2022. So it was 2017 to 2022. So it was like 5 years for a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And that was only because Mario Kart World got delayed so much. That's literally, they said in the interview, that's the only reason why they made that. Anyway, Mario Kart World has fun-based mechanics, really great track design, and it's still Mario Kart at the end of the day. So you just don't look at all the bad parts of Mario Kart World. It's like, this game is like a 5 out of 10. But, like, this game, if you look at only, like, the half of it, like, okay, maybe, like, a third or a fourth of it, that game's like a 9 out of 10. $5 years for DLC? Yeah, so in 2030, we'll get some DLC for Mario Kart World, and it'll fix the game, and it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, number 4... But yeah, so Mario Kart World is fun. Just only play the fun part of it, but it's easy to just play the fun part of it. And honestly, the intermissions are bad, but the open world is kind of fun for a few hours. But the reason I have like 90 hours in Mario Kart World is just because practicing the shortcuts and playing in like the Discord servers. Anyway, number 4 is, yes, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is better than Mario Kart World. Because again, even though I've played Mario Kart World more, that's just because it's on the Switch. But if, I mean, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds on the Switch too, but I have it on the PC, but I've not been able to access my PC in like forever. But I think I still have like 40 hours in it still, even the limited time that I've played it. So yeah, again, better core racing. I mean, okay, the core racing is very different. It doesn't have charge jumps, but it does have extreme gear, and it has a lot of cool like gadget systems, and like the base, again, it's more of like a car racing game as opposed, it's like more of a like arcade racer than like a kart racer. So yeah, the core racing feels very satisfying and skill-based, like practicing the shortcuts and getting like the crazy like boost shortcuts where you drift, and like that U-turn on the Sonic Adventure 2 stage, the fudging airship level, not the airship level. You know what I'm talking about, the U-turn on the Sonic Adventure 2 stage, Metal Harbor. That last turn on Metal Harbor is like so fun and satisfying every time I do it, because you have to like let go of the brake and drift in a certain way. Metal Harbor, yeah. I got it, don't worry. So yeah, the core racing is like super fun, and like the extreme gear makes the game better. Run a SA2 stage name getter. It's White Jungle, Mystic Mansion, Pumpkin Hill, Emerald Coast. I can list all the stages from Sonic Adventure 2, don't worry about it. Anyway, I do like all the references. I like that this game doesn't have Green Hill if you ignore the sections of Green Hill in the background of E Stadium. Mystic Mansion. My favorite Sonic Adventure 2 stage. So yeah, it has lots of cool references, like it has Sonic Rush stages and Sonic and not the Black Knight, the Secret Rings. Even though that's technically, it says it's not from Secret Rings, but like, it doesn't just have like Green Hill and Desert Hill and Snow World. It's got like, I mean, it does have a Desert World and a Snow World, but it has like Eggman's Factory Museum, Kraken Bay, Dinosaur Jungle. Dinosaur Jungle, I think, is confirmed from Sonic thing. You got the dinosaur, you can't really see the dinosaur. But yeah, it also, again, I'm still not sure if I want to count the game as it released or the state of the game at the end of 2025. But either way, future DLC, paid and free for the first year, is cool because they give you a free character every month and 5 waves of paid DLC. So that's cool. Also, hi, what's up, Michael? You have come at number 4 of the top 5 games of the year. But yeah, doing homework, good luck. Ganbatte kudasai. That means do your best, or good luck, or I'm rooting for you, or I can't translate. It's one of those. Anyway, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. The core racing feels really fun and satisfying, and just like the game feel is good. It has a lot of single player content, as we talked about before. Like, it's one of the few games that made Dom care about time trials. I would have done the time trials anyway just to practice the stages, but it is nice that they give you like rewards and music. Has lots of fun references. I like the single player is really good, like having all the character interactions with the rival dialogues, like that gives you like some deep lore, and like it gives you what I want out of a crossover racing game, of like the characters actually interacting with each other. So it's different from like, oh, you can play as Jet the Hawk in this game. versus, oh, the Jet the Hawk has like a conversation with like every single Sonic character. Like you can have a conversation between Jet the Hawk and Sage, and that's really cool. It also has cool DLC, future DLC, both paid and free, and the game has Hatsune Miku in it, so that makes it objectively better than Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World have Hatsune Miku in it? No, I don't think so. Jet the Hawk is an absolute bastard to everyone in the cast. I would have preferred, well, actually I don't know. I was gonna say I would have preferred a full story mode, like in the Sonic Riders games, but like, honestly, you probably get more character interaction and dialogue with what they did anyway, with the rival dialogue, so I don't know. Shit! See ya later, sex haver! Anyway. But yeah, so the only complaints that I have with Cross Worlds is that it's still a kart racer. You can still get hit with items and lose for no reason, and the online is not perfect. Like, I like that you can lobby up with friends. That's always a good plus in games. But like we still are getting connection issues, and like the downtime in between races is kind of a pain in the butt and makes long play sessions kind of not great. So I don't know, Mario Kart World has kind of higher highs with all the crazy tricks that you can do, but as far as the overall experience of playing the game, Cross Worlds is just a lot better, which is kind of crazy that the Sonic game is better quality wise than the Mario game. It's like they flipped, because Mario is good only if you play like 5% of the game, where Sonic Racing is just like good all around overall. It's kind of crazy. Plot twist, he's called a lot less connection issues than yesterday though. Yeah, so they have been working on it, and it also might just be like a user error, because I don't think I ever get that many connection issues when I'm not playing with the DOM, so I don't know. But the fact that it happens to anyone is still an issue, but whatever. Plot twist, he's called Jet the Hawk because he's Sonic's supplier from Jet from Fallout. I have played Fallout before, but I don't get that reference. Synchronized Brahmin farts. It's cow shift. I know, I read that right. I know what I said. Anyway, yeah, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is great. And it's also cheaper than Mario Kart World. So you get more better content with less money. And you also get Hatsune Miku for free. For absolutely free. There is Hatsune Miku in this game. Brahmin said like Brahmin. What are we talking about? Anyway, number 3 is okay. Number 3, making chat a little smaller. You've lost your size privileges. I'm sorry, chat. Number 3 is Donkey Kong Bonanza. As a long time Donkey Kong fan who hasn't gotten a game in 10 years, Mario Odyssey 2 is not what I was expecting, but I'll 100% take it. Because I honestly want to say this game is, I don't know, I want to say this game is better than Odyssey, but it's more unique than Odyssey. Like, this and Odyssey are two very different games, even though we call this Odyssey 2. Where in Odyssey, it's focused on, like, platforming, where Bonanza is focused on, like, exploration and digging and transforming and also platforming and breaking the game. Like, it's just a fun platformer in general that has, like, cool gameplay mechanics and also has, like, crazy movement with all of the bonanzas, because you can, like, dash fast as a zebra and then jump and then hover as an ostrich and then do a double jump in midair with a snake, and like it's crazy. You see speedruns of Bonanza, or just anyone play it at like that knows what they're doing, then it's absolutely insane. How much you can like chain together movement and combos in Donkey Kong Bonanza. Zebra. It is weird. Donkey Kong's Bonanza soundtrack is weird because like the level themes kind of suck, but you're never listening to the level themes. You're always listening to the Bonanza themes, and the Bonanza themes all rock. Like all the Bonanza themes are great, and that's mostly what you're listening to. Especially as you get later into the game, like you're always constantly in Bonanza form. Like after you get upgrades and more useful Bonanzas, like you can just be in you're just in Bonanza form 24/7 playing for the entire game. So I guess they're like, let's not waste our time making good level themes if nobody's gonna hear them. Zebra. I know mouse is visible. It's my laser pointer. So here you can see Odd Rock, who is the best character in the game. Here, join my cursor in a cursor dance party. Anyway. And I also like people are like, oh yeah, it's a fun game, but it doesn't really feel like a Donkey Kong game. I disagree. I feel like just having the roll jump makes it feel like a Donkey Kong game, and I don't know, like it still feels like a Donkey Kong game because like the Bonanzas are basically like the animal buddies, and you can do the roll jump. What more do you need other than you can play as Donkey Kong and you can do a roll jump? What more? What do you need? What is more of a what else do you need of a Donkey Kong game to be required a Donkey Kong game? But yeah, it does feel like a Donkey Kong game because there are lots of callbacks on DK's history, like a lot of music and like the retro rewind levels. But it doesn't, and also obviously the finale, but it doesn't rely on them too much. Like, I feel like the level theming is cool. I like the zebra ice world. I like the snake light dark world. Those are all fun. I like the level where you just dig down. I don't know. I just like that level because it's fun. And the game is very like, the game feel is chef's kiss. I know, I like how I'm talking about this the most because I've already talked about Mario Kart World and Sonic Racing, but I only talked about the finale of Bonanza so far. But yeah, it's good. It has a lot of callbacks to previous Donkey Kong games without necessarily like shoving them in your face. It's not like Donkey Kong Generations. It's just, it's a Donkey Kong game, so it has Donkey Kong stuff in it, and it references old stuff, but it has a lot of new stuff. I will say that the new villain, the company, and all the new monkeys, I feel like those are the best villains. They're better than the Plank of Void or the ice mammals from Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I mean, not as good as the Kremlings, but they're a close second. So yeah, fun platformer, crazy movements, snowmads, that's what they're called. Lots of callbacks to DK's history without relying on them too much. And also the finale is just fantastic. Like, I like it. And also, you can play it's a very open to how you want to play the game. Like, if you want to play it like a Breath of the Wild game and explore the open world, then you can do that. But if you just want to play it as a linear game, like, you can just ignore all the optional collectibles and just straight go through and play the main line of the game, and that experience is like, you could do that in like 5 hours, 5-6 hours. Which I might do. I might just randomly pop in, do a Bonanza stream where I just go for the entire games in like 5 hours. Because my playthrough, I think my original playthrough, I did a little bit of both, where I did a little bit of exploration and also tried to focus on the main game. And I think that was about like 20 hours, but I could definitely do it in like 5 hours. Are we saying Generations bad now because it has references to the game made to be referencing the game's history? No, I didn't mean it like that. Because Generations is good. It's still one of my favorite Sonic games. And I like it because of what it was trying to do. But, I was just saying that Bonanza... People often say that Bonanza is just... It has a lot of references to older Donkey Kong stuff, but it does, but it also has its own unique stuff in it, you know? Like, the main... bad guys are interesting in the unique worlds and the unique characters, and having Pauline in it is kind of also cool. Like, I love the dynamic of Donkey Kong and Pauline. Like, I don't know how we're gonna do a Donkey Kong game without Pauline now. That's how, like, integral I see her as into the series now. Naruto Generations is a lot better. Void, oh yeah, Void Kong, that's what it was. Void Company. Void was not a part of the clan and does not have fortitude required, therefore he performed identity theft. Was that the DLC lore? I don't know. I pretend that the DLC doesn't exist. Donkey Kong Bonanza is a great $70 game. What are you talking about? $20 DLC that should have been in the base game? How pissy people get over the shadow rewrites. Mom, Dom's complaining about the Sonic fandom again. That's my job. You complain about the Pokemon fandom, I complain about the Sonic fandom, and I always will. You're taking my job, that's crazy. Anyway, the only negative of Donkey Kong Bonanza is that the moment-to-moment gameplay can be a little bit repetitive, but as long as you, like, I don't know, it does a decent, like, punching things. You can just punch your way to the goal is all you need to do, but it does, you can, like, go into, like, side modes where you have to, like, fight enemies or do, like, platforming with, like, restraints. So, yeah. Why must we fight? Let us fandom hater together. You know what, you're right. We're stronger together. We can bitch louder together. Anyway, yeah, the moment-to-moment gameplay can be a little repetitive, and like Mario Odyssey, I didn't feel like going for 100%. I did the post game, I got like the true ending, but like I did not feel like going for 100%. But like I still got like 40 hours in the game, so that's good. But yeah, the main story is super fun to go through, and I can definitely see myself replaying it in the near future. In the main future. Okay, it is the time you've all been waiting for. My throat dying. We are finally going to talk about number 1 and number 2. Because if you know me at all, you know that if you know my number 2, then you can figure out my number 1. So we're just gonna group them together, and we're gonna do it like the categories where I talk about everyone and then announce the winner. So that is what we will be doing. Yeah, we're doing it's Bleach Rebirth of Souls and Kirby Air Riders. Those are the two games that, if you know me at all, like, I need to move myself. I did not plan this out. Aha! I'm so smart. I just need to put chat box above me. Well, maybe I need to put chat. I don't know what a fudge. I'm not smart. Hold on. Did not consider my stream layout when I did this. Okay, whatever. F it, F it, F it. The Sakurai bias allegations are not being beaten. I mean, they're being beaten by the fact that Kirby Air Riders is not just automatically number 1. Yeah, you can be above, chat can be above me only in the sense of, no, you can't be above me. You can be above me. You can be, whatever, only in the physical sense, but not in the, whatever, you get the fucking idea. You get the fudging idea. Anyway. Left is 2, right is 1. Maybe. You think I mean, listen, okay, let's talk about it. Both of these games are in the category of I really wanted this game, but never in a million years did I think I would actually get it. First a big Bleach console game, and then Kirby Air Riders being a follow-up to a cult classic GameCube game. So like, listen, regardless which wins, they're both really good games and like my dream games, you know, of having like a super good quality like Bleach console game that's actually like a fun like competitive fighting game. And also Kirby Air Riders, Kirby Air Ride 2 for modern consoles and online and HD and like finished content and like fully realized concept. But yeah, let's just go in order. Meow meow. Let's actually do this. Hold on, I'm fixing, I know I just had this layout. I know I just had this layout, but we're doing this. So you know what I'm talking about. And also I want to put chat back to where it was, because I liked where it was. I saw that right click. No, you didn't. Didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. You don't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh, I broke everything. Hold on. Okay, I fixed it. Okay? We're moving on. Okay, so both of these games are in the category of I've always wanted this game, but never in a million years did I think I would actually get it. A big Bleach console game, and Kirbo, a fully realized Kirby Air Ride sequel that on modern consoles was online. So let's just talk about both of these games one by one in release order. As we've done in the past, we will go into release order. Did I go into release order for best finale? I think I talked about Chrono Gear before Bonanza, because Chrono Gear was like a month before Bonanza. Take it, you stole a laptop of Nixus. It's like, I think I named it that because it's like a nickname. I was like, what should be the nickname of my laptop? Oh, why not? Whatever. You get the idea. It was a dumb joke. Don't worry about it. Anyway! What was I saying? Okay, anyway, yes. Bleach Rebirth of Souls. What is actually this computer called? Because I remember I named my laptop the Segun, but I don't think I named this computer anything dumb other than nickname. Stop typing in chat and complete homework. Yeah, Michael, what are you doing? What are you doing? Trying to expose who I stole this computer from? Get out of here. Go do your homework. I want to talk about Bleach. Also, I named my iPhone Muteki iPhone because Muteki means invincible. And then when that iPhone inevitably broke, I named the next iPhone that I bought Cho Muteki iPhone, which means super invincible iPhone. And I'll just keep adding, as I keep getting more iPhones, I'll just keep adding more suppositories, more expletives, not expletives, I can't think. Anyway, Bleach Rebirth of Souls! Excellent. Yeah, Michael got me on a random tangent for what I name my computers. Superlatives, that's what it was, thank you. I hope it's English homework you're doing. No, this is actually your English homework, Michael. Anyway, this is supposed to be like the big part of the stream, that the whole reason we did this stream, and now I can't even focus. Okay, top 2 games of the year, talking about them in release order. So Bleach came out in March, where Kirby came out in October. So Bleach Rebirth of Souls, excellent Bleach fan service. Like all of the like The characters look great. Their special moves are awesome. Their OST is really great. Like, there's a lot of like fun references, like Soifan having the ability to instantly kill someone in 2 hits, and just like having cool game mechanics, like mechanics from the actual series transfer over into in-game mechanics is super fun. I like that a lot. The giant Bankais being there is also really fun. Like, it's really cool. Pure water density has 10,000 kilograms per cubic meter. There you go. Keep doing that. It's really good OST. As I said, really good OST from the World Ends With You guy that fits Bleach perfectly. Because World Ends With You and Bleach did come out at around the same time, and they both have that like early 2000s like punk rock energy to them. So when I found out that, hey, the guy who did The World Ends With You, his songs, is also doing Bleach, I'm like, oh, that's a perfect fit. And it was. The music is so good, and it fits Bleach perfectly. And listen, if you make a Bleach has had good video games in the past, but none of them have been able to match up with Bleach, like, music-wise, because the original Bleach anime is just like, and also the 1,000 Year Blood War is also, like, the Bleach anime is just known for having, like, really good music, both the opening and ending themes, the main themes, the Shudaika, and the background music. The OST is also really good. So having a Bleach game that has music on par with the actual show is saying a lot. And I like the fun and unique battle system, because it's not quite an arena fighter, but it's not quite like just a traditional fighting game or like a Tekken. It's very, I kind of compared it to Smash Brothers, where it has like it has basic controls and a fundamental rock paper scissors kind of game where like grab beats shield, shield beats attack, attack beats grab, or whatever. But like, just because of the simple control, but I compare it to Smash Brothers because even though it has simple controls, it has a lot of like depth to what you can do, because just like movement and okay, maybe not so much move. I mean, you can do movement. You can. I've seen people do side steps and whatnot. Smash type of control scheme, Tekken kind of Tekken movement. Yeah, like all the inputs are easy. And once you like know how to do the combos, you shouldn't really be dropping the combos. But what makes it really interesting, again, is the rock, paper, scissors weapon triangle kind of thing, and the resource management. I think the resource management is like a huge part of like why the game is fun, because you're constantly in thinking, in addition to everything else you're thinking about in a game of like, what is my opponent doing? How am I going to condition my opponent? What is my opponent going to do next? You're also thinking about like, okay, how much meter do I have? What do I want to use this meter for? Do I want to use it to defend or break a combo? Or do I want to use it offensively? Like, how much meter does my opponent have? Like, I think that they're going to do with it? Like, all that is super cool. And again, all the characters are super unique and crazy. Like, Aizen has the some characters have like instant deaths, some characters have like invincibility hacks, some characters have like revives, and like they're all like relatively balanced. Like, obviously in a fighting game, there's going to be characters that are better than others. There's going to be a tier list just because there's no perfectly balanced fighting game. But like, especially after like a couple months of updates, like by the end, again, if we're talking about December 31st, 2025, the state of the game right at the very end of 2025, like, Rebirth of Souls is a pretty good spot. And I love the base game mechanic of Awakening, where you start in your like base form and then you do Awakening, and like you do a super move, and the fight's just really feels like Bleach, you know? It really makes you feel like Bleach, you know? Like, it is like exactly what you want out if you're a long-term Bleach fan, and I've been a Bleach fan for, oh my god, almost 20 years now. I think I first watched the show in like 2008. If you're a long-time Bleach fan, then the game feels like it feels like Bleach, you know, where you start in base form and then you awaken and then you do your super move. It's so good. It's so good. And you got Shunsui's like little mini games. Like all the characters are super fun and unique, and some characters just have giant like mini boss, like boss fight level like supers, but it all is balanced because they're all like tied to meters and stuff. Like it's good. I like it a lot. It's like everything that I wanted out of a Bleach console game and more. And the single player, it's also good like as an introductory to the Bleach series, because it does just go through the entire Bleach story mode, most of the Bleach story from the beginning. You have no idea how frustrating that there are some anime games. Like most anime games are like, oh yeah, they kind of cover the outline of the story, whatever. It's mostly just like you punch things. But this is like one of the few games where like you can sit down and like experience all of Bleach. It's it's a little abridged, but it's not as good as like reading the manga or watching the anime. But as far as like, I don't want to pay $500 for all the manga volumes that would cost, or all the Blu-ray volumes that would cost. Like, it's not a bad alternative. And it also has original story content. Like it has extra stories, like canonical stories that were supervised by Kubo, the original author, and like side stories and whatnot that are exclusive to this game. And I've not experienced all of them, but the ones that I have, I think are really cool. BTD 6 is free on Epic. I get it. Meow. Anyway, I like Rebirth of Souls a lot. It's like the perfect Bleach game. The only complaints that I have with it is that the story mode, while good, can feel a little cheap. Like it's not super well animated. It's mostly characters standing around talking, Sonic Frontiers style storytelling. But they do what they can, you know. Like clearly they made all the assets in the game first, and the story was kind of like a second priority, but like with the limitations that they had, I think the cutscenes are still fun and engaging. And it's still the Bleach story. Like how badly can you F that up, really? and the story mode does have like unique boss fights and encounters in it, so anyway, the game also had launched in not a great state, but that has also kind of been fixed by the end of 2025. And the lobbies could be better. So like, it's not like a perfect game. Again, the story mode could be better. It's a little imbalanced. The lobbies could be better. The online could be better. But the most important thing about this game is that it feels like Bleach. The power-ups, the super moves, the OST. It is a Bleach video game. It is not just a video game that just so happens to be Bleach. It doesn't feel like a lazy licensed game. It feels like a good game. Like I got Dom to play this game, and Dom doesn't know anything about Bleach, but Dom just likes this game as a game. Is any fighting game launch really that good? Yeah, fair. Remember when Pichu forward tilt killed at like 60% on the ledge? That was fun. Let's all stand and stare and occasionally move our arms up and down. Again, considering the limit that story mode was definitely it's like a 40-hour long story mode, and B, it was definitely a second priority. Like, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's definitely quantity over quality, but it's still good. Damn neat. I started the manga even. Yeah. It's like what I was talking about with Chrono Gear. Like, you can where the best Hololive game, where like even if you're not a fan of even though it's based off of another IP, you can still go. I can still recommend this to like pretty much anyone, and they'll have a good time. That's how I think about it. Number 5 also could be, if I were to have a number to do top 6. I think number 6 would be Chrono Gear, I think. Anyway, unimportant. So yeah, Bleach Rebirth of Souls is very nice. And then Kirby Air Riders. Kirby Air Riders is also really good. I did, for the purposes of both of these games are really good, and also judging them fairly for Game of the Year, I did play both of these for 100 hours. Kirby Air Riders, I have 90 in the base game and then 10 in the like free demo. And then Rebirth of Souls, I have like 90 on Steam and 10 on Xbox. Not on Xbox, PlayStation. Anyway, but for Kirby Air, we're talked about Bleach. Kirby Air Riders. Kirby Air Riders is basically everything the first Air Ride was, but better. Like before launch, I was talking like, hey, I want to 100% Air Ride before Air Riders comes out, because I fear that Air Riders is just going to invalidate the first Air Ride. And like, yeah, it does. It 100% does. It is just the original Air Ride, but better. It is just better in every regard. The only thing that Air Ride has that Air Riders doesn't, I guess, is the simplicity of it. If you want to have that, and also the original City Trial map. But I feel like the new, now that I played more of the new City Trial map, even though I have a lot of nostalgia for the old City Trial map, I feel like the new City Trial map is better. Just because it's more like layered and complex and deep. It's deep, man. It's just so deep and it has layers, bro. Anyway, did the homework and ometeto. Anyway, it's an Kirby Air Ride Air Rider City Trial map. It's kind of like an ogre. It has onions. Anyway, yeah, it has everything the first Air Ride it's everything the first Air Riders was, but better. Air Ride has cool and fun mechanics, and the swapping and the customization of both the vehicles playing differently and the characters giving you different stats and specials. Like, it's super fun to like play around with different combos, and I think the time trial mode is super fun. I've sunk a lot of hours into the time trial mode in Air Ride. It's cool. And Top Right ain't bad. I enjoyed 100%ing the checklist. I probably will never play Top Right again, but I enjoyed it for doing the checklist. There was just one thing that I had a lot of trouble with the checklist. I think it was like, use this copy ability to hit like 5 people at the same time, and it's crazy. You swap them verbally. That's the joke. Anyway, but yeah, City Trial is as good as it's ever been. I like that even though there's only one City Trial map, it does swap out, and like there's floating islands and not floating islands, and there's a lot more that can happen in City Trial. Like there's 2 more legendary machines, and like just it's crazy. Like having to fight like the Gigantus, spoiler alert, is appearing in City Trial is absolutely crazy every time it happens, where you're like, oh shoot, we gotta go fight a raid boss. Or you are the raid boss. I've only ever played as Gigantus like once, but it was really fun when I did it. And yeah, it's super addicting online, where the online is just like in and out super fast, where you just like, you get into a game really fast and you can get playing. And it has like a ranked mode, and the lobbies are super fun. And I like the checklist. The checklist is also just like it's just Air Ride but better. You know, like the checklist is more fun. As someone who did both Air Ride and Air Riders checklist 100% back to back, yeah, Air Riders is a lot more fun. There's a lot less like filler missions of like, do this a million times. There's a lot more like interesting, like, make this happen, and while you play the game, you know. And yeah, Paddock is one of the best lobby systems I've ever played. I hope that the next Smash Brothers just copy and paste the Paddock system from Kirby Air Riders into Smash, because I have no complaints other than spectator. I wish there was a spectate mode. How's there a spectate mode in Smash Brothers, but there's no spectate mode in Air Riders? I guess it is like 16 players, so 16 players plus another couple people spectating might be too much. But I don't know. But yeah, the only downside of Air Riders is that Road Trip is kind of a one and done thing. Like, I played it 3 times. 1 to get the normal ending, 2nd to get the true ending, and 3rd time to 100% the checklist. It's kind of like a one and done thing, you know? It's kind of like Top Ride, where like, I had fun doing it, but I probably won't ever do it again after 100%ing it. Side Order Syndrome, yeah. Because on paper, it's like a cool, like, roguelike mode, but like, once you play it, like, 3 times, like, you're done. It's good. You're good. Like, I saw everything I wanted to see out of that mode. So yeah, it is kind of, I mean, it kind of has the Mario Kart syndrome where like a lot of the game is not good, but the part of the game that is good is good. But honestly, like, Top Ride was always meant to be like a little side mode, and I think Road Trip is just meant to be the story mode that you just play once and then never again. So Air Ride and City Trial, I think, are the best modes, and are the modes that get the most focus. Topical. I thought that said tropical, and I was like, what is tropical about what I'm talking about? Hold please as I move you back to my left monitor. I'm waiting. Okay, done. Okay, cool. I was only gonna do that for another like 5 seconds, but I'm glad. Nintendo could never make a substantial roguelike because they never make a game intentionally difficult. They do have sometimes like hard modes in their games, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, Kirby Air Riders. Oh yeah, so Road Trip and Top Ride is kind of a one and done thing. And the other thing that is more of a problem is that the game has very stubborn design. Like, for like, the main thing is like, you literally have 2 buttons for everything. Like, you have boost and special, and like, there's no customization in that at all. And a lot of the game is based around that, like the whole gimmick of like, you brake and charge a boost at the same time to like go around corners and stop and move. Like, that works, but there are some things where like it doesn't work. Like, quick spinning is always awkward, because if you want to quick spin while moving in a certain direction, you just can't. Or if you want to like quick spin in the air without messing up your like trajectory, like it's like you have to flick the stick. There's sensitivities for how hard you have to flick the stick, and there's lots of like accessibility options, which is really weird that they stopped the accessibility options at, no, 2 buttons for everything. That's how the original game was. That's how the new game has to be. Like, it's very weird. Yeah, I think that's pretty much, I want to say I had other things in the stubborn game design. Oh yeah, also, it having the same button for special and switch vehicle in City Trial is kind of a pain in the butt. If you can do it, because you can switch to a different vehicle if you have a special, but you have to do it very specifically, because if you accidentally use the special before you switch the vehicle, you have to sit there and wait for your special to be over until you can switch your vehicle. So, like, that's one of those things where, like, you could have just put in like, listen, I know you want the base game to be super accessible and only have 2 buttons, but, like, if we want to go to the options menu and assign, like, L to switch vehicle and R to quick spin, like, I don't know, I feel like that's just, like, a little bit, like, oh, that's a little bit of like Nintendo stubbornness of like, no, this is how we want you to play the game. This is how you're going to play the game. And Sakurai kind of has been lenient on that recently with adding, supporting competitive and Smash Brothers more. And all the accessibility options in Kirby Air Riders. Like, there's a colorblind setting in Kirby Air Riders. That's like the only Nintendo game to ever exist that's ever had a colorblind accessibility button. Like, that's crazy. And we have The Last of Us to thank for that. Because on Sakurai's YouTube channel, he made a whole video praising The Last of Us's accessibility options. And a lot of what was in that he talked about that he liked in that video is in Air Riders. But yeah, other than like those like slight like awkward control fumbles, like the overall package is good. Like the game feel is good. Like it is fun to shake the stick and spin, and the core gameplay is like rock solid. Like the core game feel is super rock solid. Nintendo being stubborn about how they want you to play their games never looks at Mario Kart World. Stop having fun. Nintendo's that kid on the playground. Are you on YouTube listening to our soundtracks? No. Get that off of there. Download our app. Do it in the officially sanctioned way, or don't do it at all. Are you advertising our games for free on the internet? That's fucked up. Nintendo's been better about that recently, though, honestly. But yeah, so Kirby Air Riders can be a little stubborn in some ways. It's still a Nintendo game. But, I mean, the core game is really solid and really nice. So, it's really good. But yeah, those are the two games. So I had a lot of trouble trying to figure out what is the best game, because these are two very different games. Bleach Rebirth of Souls is about like an anime and it's like a fighting game, where Kirby Air Riders is about like a Nintendo game and it's a party racing game. So honestly, I could put these in any order and justify it that way. But I am an internet personality. I mean, we're all internet personalities if you think about it. When everybody is an internet personality, then nobody is. Oh my gosh. I'm out of water. I'm almost done with the stream anyway. Oh my gosh, how we been going on for almost 3 hours? Anyway, I yap. Especially unprepared or out of practice of yapping. Anyway, I gotta pick something at number 1, and here's how I decided. If I was put back in time, if I went back to like 2017 or whatever, whenever both of these games started development, and I could only greenlight one of these games, if I can only pick one of these games to exist. Hello. You are getting it. You are joining at the Martra. You are joining at the very end of the stream, where I'm deciding between what is the best game. And I like both of these games very much, and they're very different. Bleach is an anime fighting game, and Kirby is a Nintendo party racing game. But I have to put something at number 1, and how I decided was, if I were to go back in time and I could only greenlight one of these games, so I can only make one of these games exist, and the other disappears and is never made. I mean, it's nice to have a new Kirby Air Ride on modern consoles, but if we really want to play Kirby Air Ride, we kind of already have the first game, where Rebirth of Souls is an entirely new game. So Game of the Year, Bleach Rebirth of Souls 2025. Chat, you lost your size privileges. Hold on, one more time for the clip. So, you know, best game, if I can only have one of these games to exist, we kind of already have a Kirby Air Ride on the GameCube, whilst Bleach is a completely new game. So if I have to pick one, Game of the Year 2025, Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Is it a perfect game? No, there's not going to be any perfect game. Even my favorite game of all time, Kid Icarus Uprising, still has some flaws. Most notably is that is a 3DS game. So no, there's not going to be any completely perfect game. And Bleach Rebirth of Soul is definitely not a completely perfect game. It has its fair share of problems, but it's really fun and really unique, and is really just like, a Bleach ass video game, you know? I like it a lot. It is definitely, again, as I said before, it really makes you feel like Bleach. Like, the most important thing about this game is that it feels like Bleach. The power-ups, the super moves, the OST, everything. And on the fact that it's integrated into a really fun game. So, like, it is, like, my dream come true, where, like, one of my favorite anime gets translated into one of my favorite games that is also really faithful to the game. Because I would recommend this to both people who like creative fighting games, and also definitely Bleach fans, 100%. And yeah, so there you go. There's my game of the year. Where again, yeah, Kirby Air Riders is good, but is just, we already kind of had Kirby Air Ride on the GameCube. But obviously I like both of these, so if you ask me on any particular day, like, if you wanted to ask me, like, what is the more polished game? Yeah, definitely Kirby Air Riders. Bleach Rebirth of Souls has some jank to it. And Kirby Air Ride has that, like, Sakurai polish on it. Where Kirby Air Ride is, like, a complete game. It did not need 6 months of updates in order to... 9 months of updates in order to be in its current state. But I like Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Sorry I've been in here. Don't worry about it. There's always the VODs. I will trim and timestamp the VOD for easy viewing. And there's a whole other year happening soon. Hold on, I'm doing this in order. Also, hold on, let me one more thing. Let me just finish the game of the Game Awards show before we do the after party. So, to recap, for the final rankings, number 5, Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World has a lot of problems, but if you ignore, like, most of the game, the gameplay mechanics and the tracks are really good. Just ignore all the open world and the intermissions and the game is good. 4, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. It is just a really good, focused, high quality racing game. So if you just want the core racing experience, that's where you go. Number 3, Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's a great Donkey Kong game. It's a great 3D platformer. It's just a fun game, unique, fun game in general. I like the story mode. I like the dynamic between Donkey Kong and Pauline. It has an amazing finale. It's great. Number 2, Kirby Air Riders. It's basically the GameCube cult classic game, but everything about it is better and great. Except for the logo. The logo sucks. I don't know why Kirby Air Riders is like Kirby Air Ride, but better. But the logo is worse. Except for the logo. The logo is just worse. Where's the orchestra? Woo! Game of the year! And then Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Everything I wanted out of a Bleach game and more. I love it so much. This is definitely my bias speaking, but Sumi. There, we haven't had a good Sumi in a while. It is just the Smash logo. It's really funny. Like, it doesn't... Even on the box art, it looks kind of derpy. It's kind of dumb. But it's also like, while we are in this officially in the Nintendo greed era, where we have $80 half-baked Mario Kart and $20 DLC that should have been in the base game. It's just nice to have a complete, solid game with no controversy. It's just a good game, and it's just a good game, and that's it. That's all that there is. Let me catch up on chat real fast. In BTD6, the tier 2 upgrades for the Druid Monkey. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you talking about K-pop? Are you talking about K-pop? Where's the orchestra? Do any of y'all know how to beat the alternate balloon rounds on Resort? Nani? You seem to have forgotten the rule of no off-topic discussions. It's a soft rule. because I don't necessarily ban off-topic discussions, because sometimes I get into off-topic discussions, but I have no idea what the fudge you're talking about. And so I'm sorry. Oh, Balloons Tower Defense 6, never heard of it. I'm sorry. Eventually a Nintendo game will cost a mortgage. That's what people were thinking. People were like, okay, if Mario Kart World gets $20 DLC, then it will be officially the first Nintendo game to cost 3 digits. So that'll be $80 plus 20 is 100 for people who don't know basic math. Please, God, no. Yeah, the best case scenario for Mario Kart World is that it gets a bunch of free updates. But we know it's gonna be $20, and it's gonna be $100 Nintendo game, and we can't do anything to stop it. But let's be optimistic. I will pay $20 for King K. Rool in Mario Kart. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, if King K. Rool was in Mario Tennis, I would 100% buy that game. I don't know why they're not pulling the trigger. King K. Rool hasn't been in Mario sports games in the past. Like, he was in Mario Baseball on the Wii. So I don't know why they don't do that. Does Pokemon count because a bundle pack of both Pokemon versions? A gen is $120. Maybe. I could talk a little bit about games that didn't make the list, like Pokemon Zaza. I liked it. I'm just maybe I'm just a little burnt out on Pokemon games. I don't know, because I liked playing it, but it just didn't grab me. Maybe I finally have grown out of Pokemon, oh no. Or maybe it's just like I don't know. I gotta play like an older Pokemon game to see if I just don't like Pokemon anymore, or if the newer games have not been the greatest. I think it might be a little combination of the both. Meow, 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 meow. I'm out of water. Okay. I'm losing it, so we're gonna I know we're gonna end the stream. I genuinely think you do not have the personal patience for RPGs, which is totally fair. Most of the time that is the case. I think that is just a thing. Because even back in the day, like, Pokemon was like the only turn-based RPG I played. But I mean, I have played turn-based RPGs in the past. But that wasn't since like the PSP where I played Fate Extra. So I don't know, maybe I just think I'm not a turn-based RPG person, which is weird because I'm a weeb, and weeb is supposed to like turn-based RPGs. What is this? Oh, this is what I'm moving. I was wondering what that giant box was. Anyway, trying to think of other games that I played and didn't. I can go on my how long to beat page. Meow, meow, meow. Because the first half of this year was a lot of, oh yeah, can we get an honorable mention? Can we get an honorable mention to me side? Wah. Blank message anyway. Can we get an honorable mention to me side? Because that came out like December 2024 and I played it in like January. I don't know if it would be in the top 5 because it is like a one and done kind of thing, but it was a fun experience. Your closing stream. This is just the ending. I'm just gonna talk about games that I played last year that didn't make the list, and then my plans for 2026, and then end the stream. Completed. Kirby Air Ride. Kirby in the Forgotten Land Star-Crossed World is kind of DLC for older game, but I liked that. Banjo-Kazooie Nostalgia 64 is a fan game. I liked that, but wasn't blown away with it. And yeah, everything else was Bleach games. So yeah, no, pretty much all the games that I played were in here. And yes, I will get back to Rebirth of Souls story mode when I can stream consistently. Which, speaking of which, plans for this is the after party, because every year I do a video or a stream or whatever where I talk about my plans for the next year. So let's talk about plans for 2026. And it's the year of the horse, which is why there is a horse. I'm going to become a horse. No. I will not become a horse. That is not my plan. Stop distracting me. Anyway, as far as last year, like my sister, the fuck does that mean? Horse girl era? Hell yeah. Question mark? The fudge was that? Anyway, I just had an ADHD moment and I had like 3 different things, and I just remember that one post I was like, I gotta watch the show that transed all my oomfies, and it was a picture of Watanabe. And I'm like, and then they made a post like a week later and they're like, yep, I get it. And I just like the phrase, the show that transed all my oomfies. Is that how you pronounce that out loud, oomfies? Because that's how I like to pronounce it. Anyway, last year was good. Like for the stream in general, I'd played a lot of cool games. I did all the Bleach games, which was the first part of the year, which I wanted to go through all the Bleach games. And I'm glad I did that. That was a fun little project. I 100% did Kirby Air Ride for the first time. That was another big achievement that I made on stream. I don't speak internet, correct? Please help. I don't speak internet. That's really funny. How big do I want to make this? I'll make it a little big. Your computer. I don't speak internet, but your computer does. Oh yeah, people on a technicality. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, last year was good. I did all the Bleach games. I 100%ed Kirby Air Ride. I think I got to 200 subscribers, and now I'm at 227 already. That's crazy to me. Okay, I'll ask. I'm not 100% sure what oomfies means. I think it means like people on your friends list, like mutuals. OOMF, short for one of my friends. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I know what it means by like seeing it used contextually, of like my friends or one of my mutuals or people on my friends list. It either means one of my friends or on one of my friends list. On my friends list. I'm gonna go with Dom on this one. On one of my friends. And then plural is just like multiple of one of my friends. Internet speak is weird, don't worry about it. Anyway. So yeah, 20, don't know what that meant till now, yeah? Me too, kind of? Again, I knew what it meant in context, just didn't know the exact definition. That's also like half of my Japanese vocabulary. I know what it means in context, but could not give you the exact definition. I got Switch 2, congratulations. You know what you can buy? The second best game of the year. Kirby Air Riders. Okay, let me focus. I'm trying to talk about my plans talk about the last year and talk about my plans moving forward. So I did do last year. I know last year was the theme of the year of anime, and I kind of did that. It was mostly the 6 months of Bleach. No, the 3 months of Bleach, and then Pride Month, and then I didn't have consistent internet for the second half of the year. Let me just read off of my notes. I can't think right now. Last year was good. I went for all the Bleach games, 100%ed Kirby Air Ride for the first time, and played lots of other cool games. But there were a lot of things that I wanted to do, but just didn't have the time for. That just took too long, or I didn't have enough time for, like writing and anime discussions. Because the big 3 pillars that I want my channel to be is video games, anime discussions, and writing projects. And I did some anime, definitely during the first half of this year. I definitely did do some anime discussions. And I did a lot of writing this year, but I didn't release anything. It is I'm gonna die. Whoa. Okay, no, I'm not gonna die. It's just somebody locking the door downstairs. Anyway. I'm trying to drink water. I'm out of water. I'm trying to end the stream so I can drink water. I'm just trying to get this clip because I want to make I know I say I don't clip farm, but I want to make a clip so I can tell people who didn't watch the stream what my plans are for the future. People who subscribe to me and are not currently here or watching the VOD. Okay, so I did a lot of cool things last year. I'm not super upset with how 2025 went. I played for all the Bleach games. I 100%ed Air Ride for this first time. I did a lot of other cool games. You know, had some good streams. But there were a lot of things that I wanted to do, but just took too long or didn't have the time for, like particularly writing and anime discussions, etc. Part of that is not necessarily my fault, because I got into a living situation that didn't have great internet. So that kind of messed up the second half of the year. But as far as my writing, like I don't have an excuse. I'm just taking way too long on it. So this year, 2026, I want to focus on doing more, like just doing a lot more and not necessarily thinking too much about it or overthinking, because what I tend to do is I overthink a lot about things and I over plan and like just get overwhelmed with things. And that's why things end up taking so long. So this year I want to focus on just doing more and overthinking less. I don't know how else to word that. It makes sense in my head. Don't worry about it. So my theme for 2026 is the year of fast. Cause I've been the one image with the shark. What? Drink water. Oh yeah, drink water or die. Oh yeah, no, wait. I know what you're talking about. I'm just leaving people in suspense. You're a fast. What do you mean by that? Overthinking? Yeah, I'm over it. Exactly. You can be in the corner. So yeah, this is the year of fast. What do I mean by that? I mean, I've been too much of a perfectionist and also just kind of a little lazy last year. So my goal for next year is to put out as much content as I can and learn from my mistakes. So that means more streams. Hopefully I will be moving into a better place soon. I'm touring a place on the 21st in some like 2 weeks, and I'm working on getting a better internet setup. So I want to do more streams, and also I'm planning on releasing 4 to 5 pieces of writing in 2026, including the first 2 parts of Dead Spy Road Trip. And I also have idea that is almost like done. I've just been editing it for the last like year and a half. It's been done since like the summer. I just need to like do the final edit, and I've just been procrastinating, but we're not gonna procrastinate. Gonna release the first 2 parts of Dead Spy Road Trip, and I also have like 2 or 3 stories for my lore, where I give you more of my tragic backstory and how I ended up like this. Gotta go. Okay, thanks for joining. Martra. Let me know if that is actually not your name. Anyway, so yeah, again, with a focus on not overthinking things and being a perfectionist, because that's the first 2 parts of Dead Spy Road Trip is indeed the longest thing I've written, because the other things I've written, the Solaris intro lore and Fight in Time, have been, and the Palutena date fanfiction. It is double of all of those, but it has taken me, like, again, 2 years to effing write that. Has it been 2 years? Don't tell me it's been 2 years. It's only been 1 year, right? Okay, also, 2024 was also kind of awkward because I had a tummy hurt arc for a long time. But I'm just gonna write. Oh, also you can't really see this other picture. It's an arrow going fast, and it's a bunny because I'm bunny coded and horse because of the year of the horse. I put thought into this graph. But yeah, I'm planning on releasing 4 to 5 pieces of writing in 2026, including the first 2 parts of Dead Spy Road Trip, which are pretty much done, and then 2 to 3 stories of Solaris lore I have ideas for. Again, with a focus of not overthinking things and being a perfectionist, because, especially for Dead Spy Road Trip, I've just been trying to make it as perfect as physically possible, and I think what might be better is to just make it and release it. Just release the content, you know? Because, like, bad art can be bad, but bad art will always be better than art that you never actually finish or release. You know what I mean? And I also, instead of trying to perfect and make each individual story perfect, I can learn from my experience. I'm pretty sure they did, like, a study one time where, like, they had one group of people try to make one clay pot the best that they can, and then the other people had the same amount of time, but they could just destroy and make a new pot as many times as they want. And the people who could destroy it and try again and made like 15 pots ended up making the better pot than the people who spent the entire time making one good pot. I don't know, look it up. But yeah, basically, when I say year of fast, it's more the year of not overthinking things and being a perfectionist and just getting stuff out there. This is also in my personal life too, where I've been feeling a lot stuck and depressed recently. And half of that is not necessarily my fault. And half of that is depression, but also half of that is also just, I'm overthinking things. I'm just gonna do it and stop thinking and just do it. Because I've been spending so much time spiraling in depression and thinking like, oh, what if this happens? What if this doesn't go right? What if this doesn't go right? What if happened? And I'm just gonna like, just do it. Just do it. And if it doesn't turn out well, I can fix it later. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I did for a second think you are gonna start speedrunning. Okay, listen, here's an analogy I thought of, okay? Because you're like, oh, the year of fast, try not to overwork yourself, or try not to thoughtlessly destroy all of your relationships and all of the things that you've been building up your entire life. No. It's more of the year of not overthinking. I just like the year of fast because it makes more sense. Okay, so imagine 2 things, okay? Imagine 2 things, if you will. Imagine, like, a truck that's trying to, like, carry, like, 15 houses on its truck bed, right? That truck is not gonna go very fast because it is trying to transport 15 houses all on top of each other, all at the same time, and it's just going to be slowly creeping across the road. Okay, that's what I've been doing up until now. I've been thinking too much, I've been overthinking and been worried about everything and not been able to move very fast. But what I want to do in the future is I want to be a train, a high-speed Shinkansen train that is carrying the same, but if not more things than the truck with the 15 houses, but it is carrying it in a very effective manner one step at a time, one train car. As a train car goes by, you see one train car at a time, just going super fast. That is what I want to do this year. Stop trying to be a perfectionist and try to make sure everything is perfect before I release it. Just release the art, stop overthinking things, and yeah. Because I think that's another reason why I've been having such a hard time making friends, where I'm like, I go to a social event, and then I come home and I'm like, oh, I was so awkward when I did that, I was so weird when I did that, oh, I should have done that, and I probably made them feel weird when I said that. Just go there, when in reality, like, nobody... I was just sitting. Nobody thought I was weird or awkward. You know, that's how the introvert fear. So just not thoughtlessly just say not think at all, but just think very like one problem at a time. Okay, because you can't solve all of your problems all at the same time, because there's always going to be an infinite amount of problems you could be solving. But if you focus on one at a time, not only is it easier to do it one at a time, you can also get through them faster, because you just do this, and if you break it down into each individual component, then you can do it faster. So that is what I mean by the year of fast. It's not the year of thoughtless, careless abandon, but the year of one thing at a time, and learning from my mistakes and not worrying so much about trying to mess up and make a mistake. Mistakes are okay. Mistakes are how you learn. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's about as that's all of my insightfulness that I got for the entire year. Better clip it so we don't lose it. But yeah, that's why 2026 is the year of fast. And it's already been helping me. Like, I was debating, there was like a New Year's event at like a game store or something. Or no, there was like a D&D New Year's event, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to go. What if I don't, what if it's awkward? What if I don't make any friends? What if I hate it there? But I'm like, you know what? We're starting the year of fast now. It sounds fun. Let's go. I went there. I had fun. Cool. Not overthinking. Could have been better? Sure. But let's not overthink it. It was a good time. I should do more. I'm gonna find that pot quote. Life's too short to worry about everything. You make the mistakes when you learn and grow. Exactly. Ah, fudge, you spell. Meow, meow, meow. Okay, from the book, David Bales and Ted Orland's book, The Art and Fear. Here's the full story about the pot that I was trying to talk about earlier. A ceramics teacher announced on opening day that he was dividing the class into two groups. All those on the left side of the studio, he said, would be graded solely on the quantity of the work they produced, and all those on the right slowly on the quality. So one half of the class on the quantity and the other class on quality. His procedure was simple. On the final day of class, he would bring in his bathroom scales and weigh the work of the quantity group. 50 pounds of pots rated A, 40 pounds a B, and so on. Then being graded on the quantity, however, those being graded on the quantity, however, only needed to produce one pot, albeit a perfect one, to get an A. So the quantity group, what the fudge are we talking about? Okay, the quantity group got rated based on how many pots they were able to create, where the quality group only needed to produce one pot, but it had to be a perfect one to get an A. Well, came grading time, and a curious fact emerged. The works of the highest qualities were all produced by the group being graded for quantity. It seems that while the quantity group was busy churning out piles of work and learning from their mistakes, the quality group had sat theorizing about perfection, and in the end had little more to show for their efforts than a grandiose theories and a pile of dead clay. That is the quote. It seems that while the quantity group were busy out churning piles of work and learning from their mistakes, the quality group sat around theorizing about perfection and in the end had little more to show for their efforts than grandiose theories and a pile of dead clay. So yes, quantity leads to quality. So if I want to improve as an artist, as a streamer, as a friend person haver. Also, that, you know what another thing is? This is still Pride Month. This is, I've also been pitting-pattering about my gender. I've been like, oh, what if I don't want to do this? What if I do that? I'm just gonna, like, you know what? I'm just gonna try things. I'm just gonna do it, and if it's awkward, then then that's how it'll be. So it is the year of fast. Stop overthinking things. Just try things out. Action over than thinking and learning from my mistakes. But I will also try to stay flexible. I know the year of anime last year did not go quite as predicted. Life is crazy and anything can happen. Last year, the year of anime turned out to be the 6 months of Bleach and then internet issues. But I will do my best to stay optimistic. That is why I like the very broad theme of the year of fast, because, like, you know, 6 months into the year of fast might be something, might contextually mean something different to me later, but still be in the general theme. That's why I like themes of the year rather than resolutions. Because I could do resolutions of, like, I'm going to put out like 5 pieces of writing by the end of the year. But, like, I like I mean, and I'm gonna still try to do that, but as long as I keep with my theme, if I do it fast and I only get out like 3, I won't consider it failing. I'll just be like, okay, fast is this speed. This is fast. This, because 3 is still faster than 0, what I did this year, you know? But yeah, and I know life gets in the way, you know? The last 6 months of no streams and no writing have not necessarily been my fault. I've just been in a kind of crappy situation. But things are looking to be better, and I'm gonna stop overthinking things, and things are gonna be great. Again, things are, for my living situation, things are already starting to look better. I have a tour of a new place on the 21st. So we'll see about that one, and I will make the internet work. And yeah, I have a lot of like ideas and like backup plans to make the internet work and be able to stream more than like once or twice a week. But I'm still happy that I was able to at least stream once or twice a week, because I like streaming. Anyway, so yeah, that is my plans for 2026. Is the year of fast, is to just do things and learn from my mistakes and try not to overthink on the mistakes that I made, and move on and learn and do better next time. That is how it goes. Stop overthinking and just do it. Do it. Tonikaku yaro. Who did that? What VTuber was that? That made a parody of the Shia LaBeouf Just Do It, but in Japanese. Am I crazy? Did I just hallucinate that? I remember that. Oh my god, I found it. I found it. Hold on. This is, we are definitely outside the range of our, of what we are, of what this stream was intended to be. But this is what we're doing anyway. Tonikaku yare! What are we talking about? see, see, the funny thing is that you don't even need to know Japanese to know what she's saying, because it's just... Because you know the Just Do It meme video by heart, right? the hand thing too. She got the hand thing right. Tonikaku yare! Just do it! The ending pose too. What was this? 2019? That's crazy. Anyway. That's the end of the stream. I'm dying. Still in a situation where I can't stream on the weekdays, but next weekend, probably on Friday or Saturday, will be some sort of combination of Fortnite again and Code Vein 2 probably, if Dom's available. Ah yes, the distant past. That's almost 7 years ago, Tevin. I don't know how to tell you this. That was before Animal Crossing New Horizons. Ow! I know, listen, don't think about it. It's fine, don't worry about it. You're fast. But yeah, anyway, next weekend we'll probably Fortnite and something. Because I do want to get back to Rebirth of Souls single player, but I want to do that when I can stream more consistently. And I do want to do Code Vein. So we'll see. We will see. I'll DM people about it. To see if I can't convince... I mean, I'll do another solo Fortnite stream. You can't stop me. But we'll see. But that's anyway, that's my vague plans. Is anyway, yeah, you're fast. Stop thinking about it. Anyway, I'll probably play Fortnite and then Code Vein next week. Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out then. You're fast. Bye. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Roughly 3-hour stream. Yeah, that's about usual. It just felt a lot longer because I was ranting about a lot of things. But it's fine, don't worry about it. You're fast, let's go. Woohoo! I should have put Sonic in there. Hold on 1 second. I can put Sonic in there real fast. Hold on. I just gotta find a good Sonic running gif. Surely I have a Sonic. Is this transparent? Oh, hell yeah, it is. Not Sonic, I know. I'm looking. I'm still looking. Give me a second. Meow, 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 meow. I surely have a Sonic running, a funny Sonic running gif somewhere around here. Right. Here we go. OMG, end the stream and get water. Okay. We're ending the stream. I'm getting water. I need water. Thank you all for watching the stream. I hope you enjoyed. And also, in all seriousness, this list just my opinions. Super, as with anybody, I'm super biased in my picks, and I did not fully play every single game that came out this year. So there's that. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. It was a fun stream, and kotoshi mo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. I look forward to your continued support over into 2026. Yeah, wish me luck, and I hope you will continue to support me this year as well, because, you know, as much as I like streaming and writing myself, I also really like when other people like enjoy it, you know? So I really appreciate it, and I still can't believe I got the I'm already at I feel like I just got to 200 subscribers, and now I'm already at like 227. I'm like a fourth of the way to 300. That's crazy. So yeah. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Thank you all for supporting me. I hope you'll continue to support me in the future. I have lots of fun things planned in the future, and it'll be really cool. So, and yeah, that's all. The song ended. Nope, no looping. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Thank you all for watching. I'm dying. Support artists. Take care of yourself. Be kind to others. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Have a good rest of your times. And until next time, stay fresh, cheese bags. Okay, I got it. Missed the click the first time. Okay, I'll go get water now. Goodbye. Man, I haven't been this dehydrated all year. And see, I was gonna end the stream with saying, I'm gonna take a break from streaming for the rest of the year. But I couldn't make that joke because I got sick or whatever. I'm going to sleep. I'll see y'all next week. Dom, go re-download Fortnite, please, I bet. You don't want to play games with my friends. But if not, we can also play Code Vein. Or we could do both. Whatever, it's fine. We'll figure it out. If you don't want to do it, it's fine. You're fast. Stop overthinking. Bye. I'm gonna go get water. I love you all. Bye.